Gracie Freeman, Michaela Redmond, Madison Rose, Hannah Townsend, and our sophomores, Samantha Foster, Hannah Lott, Haley Lott, Brittany McNeese, and Hannah Murdoch. Our mascot is Lincoln Carter. Mascot helper, Lauren Pierce. Your high school varsity cheerleaders are sponsored by Carolyn Broom and Heather Howell.
Pointed at the speaker. That's it. I can hear myself.
And shut up.
Look, I'm just saying. You guys better not say a word inappropriate.
John?
Bad idea. I'm just gonna hang it out the window.
When are you live streaming?
Whenever I put this out.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the field for a special presentation by Petal High School Principal Steve Simmons. This is senior night, and we will recognize these students and parents at this time.
Okay, at this time, we're going to recognize our senior football players and their escorts. If you would, hold your applause until all have been recognized, and then we will clap for all of them. Jamarcus Revis, escorted by his parents Marcus Revis and LaKizzie Murphy. Dwayne McIntyre, escorted by his mother Wanda Wade and Jaden McIntyre. Larson Barkin, escorted by his father Steve and the late Julie Barkin and sister Brindley. Trevor Williams, escorted by his parents Jennifer Hall and stepfather Al Hall, father Bill Williams, stepmother Christy Williams. Slade Buckley, escorted by his parents Steve and Christy Buckley. Tristan Reynolds, escorted by his parents, Mike and Sally Westmoreland. John Wyndham, escorted by his mother, Jody Wyndham. Garen Berry, escorted by his parents, Scott and Laura Berry. Bo Waits, escorted by his mother and stepfather, Shannon and Wendell McCarty, and father, Rudy Waits. Jamon Butler, escorted by his parents, John Butler and Vicki Butler. Austin Boutwell, escorted by his mother, Tangela Boutwell. Mitch Neal, escorted by his parents, Buddy and Lisa Neal. Gavin Clinton, escorted by his parents, Chris and Sherry Clinton. Hayden Lott, escorted by Bill and Kim Lott. Bo Barham, escorted by Jerry and Kim Barham. Kyle Reynolds, escorted by his mother and stepfather, Melinda and Mark Howell. Justin Mack, escorted by his grandmother, Judy Partridge, and brother, Seth Partridge. Film crew, we got Carlton Reed, escorted by his parents, Lance and Sherry Reed. And student athletic trainers, Hannah Holloway, escorted by her parents, Brad and Donna. And Jordan Beeson, escorted by her mother, Regina Beeson. Let's get a big hand for all these seniors. Okay, next we got our varsity cheerleaders, mascots, managers in our senior class. Haley Humphreys, escorted by Lori Humphreys. Carly Inman, escorted by John and Teresa Inman. Emily Locke, escorted by Diana Locke. Allison McSwain, escorted by Joe and Judy McSwain. Lauren Pierce, escorted by her parents, James and Delana Pierce. Anna Smith, escorted by Blake and Joy Smith. And Kelsey Wolf, escorted by her parents, Jamie and Chastity Tedford. Okay, next is senior members of our first annual that we're so proud of, ROTC program. Jason Closen, escorted by David Closen. Benjamin Fagan, escorted by Leslie Fagan. Austin Heath, escorted by Andre and Amy Heath. Hannah Smith, escorted by Clayton Smith and Stephanie Smith. Daniel Hillman, escorted by Tommy Hillman and Carol Hillman. Rosie Evans, escorted by Lisa Simmons and Mr. Jarrell Evans. Tanisha Garrett, escorted by Curtis Garrett. Kiera Lawson, escorted by Anthony Stewart. Kenyatta McGill, escorted by her grandparents, Robert and Jenny McGill. Jessica Stewart, escorted by Cheryl Stewart. And Anthony Rosenweig, escorted by Lieutenant Colonel William Wolfhard. Big hand for these guys. Senior band members. Justin Beach, escorted by John and Elisa Hillman. Deanna Boutwell, escorted by Joe and Amanda Boutwell. Lakin Britt, escorted by Kevin and Kip Britt. Olivia Cole, escorted by Samantha Cole. Nick Darty, escorted by Larry and Connie Darty. A foreign exchange student here, Camille Ducany, escorted by Mike and Sissy Robertson. Ashley Drone, escorted by Michael and Gail Drone. Parker Estes, escorted by Jay and Sherry Estes. Allison Finch, escorted by Mark and Pamela Finch. Kelly Galloway, escorted by George and Janine Galloway. Kimberly Heath, escorted by Vincent and Lori Heath. Brandon Hillman, escorted by John and Elisa Hillman, Linda Hillman, Lisa Tisdale, and Ray Lott. Haven Hudson, escorted by Andre Hudson and Margaret and Major Hudson. Abby Ust, escorted by Joe and Christy Tardival. Kelly Ingram, escorted by William and Suzette Ingram. Brianna Finch, escorted by Larry Primo. Alexander, escorted by Stan. Test. Garrett Lancaster, escorted by Stan Lancaster, Eddie. Rachel Manning, escorted by Ronnie and Benita Manning. Michael Marti, escorted. Brad Massengale, escorted by Sonny and Paula Massengale and Teresa Ball. Gee, escorted by Charlotte Levy and Daphne. Her again. Taryn McGee, escorted by Charlotte Lee and Darian McGee. Cody Montague, escorted by Becky Montague, Tessa Moore, Trish Moore, Carol Ann Moranville, escorted by Sam and Jennifer Simmons, Bree Marino, escorted by Pedro and Joanne Marino, Dee Morley, escorted by Jerry Dye, Lauren Orr, escorted by Mike and Sandy Russell and Robert Orr, Hayden Pendergrass, escorted by Melanie and James Pendergrass, Robert Perry, escorted by Robert and Ginger Perry, Whitley Ruffin, escorted by David and Lisa Ruffin, Kristen, escorted by Lewis and Sheila Scott, that was Kristen Scott, Hannah Smith, escorted by Clayton and Stephanie Smith, and Carrie Stewart, escorted by Scott and Mila Stewart. Big hand for our senior band members.
Baptist Church Women of Faith, Petal Youth Sports Association, Brady Millward, and Petal Drugs. Our third grade junior Panthers, Jalen Barnado, son of Tequila and Stephen Barnado. Angel Redman, daughter of Charles Redman. Our fourth grade junior Panthers, Lauren Townsend, daughter of Paula Townsend, and Angel Sallis, son of Alma and David Tallis.
It was a top seed in the playoffs, but then again, you got a chance to win 10 games, and I think that right there could be a big motivation factor for the football team tonight. And of course, like you said, we'll be without some of the services of some of our key players. However, it is a blessing that we can do that tonight. We don't have to win. We want to win it. We don't have to win the ball game to keep the top seed. So it'll be tough to get. It's a tough assignment for coaches to get them fired up for this ball game tonight. But Coach Boyles is good at it. He's been in a long time. He's been in this situation before.
Well, let's talk about Coach Boyles just a second, because with the coaching change, his first year here, and we were discussing this some before we were on the air, but I know the people here have got to be pleased with what you knew what you were getting with him. He's been successful everywhere he's been, but it really, with the seniors that graduated last year off of this Petal football team, has it been a surprise, or maybe a pleasant surprise, obviously, but a little bit of a shock in how well they've done this year with having to replace so many key players off of last year's team?
It has, Mark. I'll be honest with you. Coach Buckley did a great job here at Petal and set the tone for this. And Marcus will be the first to tell you that. Hey, we're doing well here, and I'm glad to be here. But he'd be the first to tell you that Coach Buckley set the tone for this team and coached all these guys and brought them up. And so, Coach Boyles, the first time I met him, Mark, I felt like he was a friend. I mean, a long-time friend of mine.
You've known him forever,
yeah. And that's just the way he is. He relates to the players like that. You can see, after I talked to him the first time, I went back home and told my wife, I said, I see why the players like playing for this guy. He just relates to them so well. So
well, he and Coach Buckley are a lot alike in their temperament and how they manage the game and coach during the game. I'm sure in the locker room it may be a different story, but you watch him, he never loses his cool on the sideline, and he relates to those kids so well that this team really hadn't missed a beat with how they've done things from the years that Coach Buckley was here into this first year of Coach Boyles.
Exactly. And we lost a great player in Anthony Alford, but Larson did get a little bit of playing time over the last couple of years. But I think that's another thing. I think he has done a great job helping develop Larson and getting him ready for this year. And so, but yeah, Coach Boyles, we're so glad to have him here at Petal and look forward to to many more years here, and the players, you can just tell they like playing for him.
And it's senior night here tonight. The seniors have been recognized 10 or 15 minutes ago, and there's not a lot of seniors on this team.
No.
You know, I was looking at all the players on the roster. I counted 87 if my math is right, but only 17 seniors is what I saw. So, hey, the well is not going to be dry. You're losing some key players, which you'll do every year, but you've got a lot of young kids coming back that have played a lot of football for you.
Yeah, and you know, our junior high program here at Petal is exceptionally well, and we've got some, and it starts there. And Coach Boyles, that's one of the first things he talked about in his press conference, was that he said, I'm going to go to these games, even some of the lower, below.
Elementary school even.
Yes, the elementary school. He said, I'm going to go watch them and see what's coming up and relate to them at that age and let them know, hey, well, in a few years, I'm looking forward to you being here. So that's another thing about him that I liked, you know. So, but our junior high program is really good, and they've done a great job. They do a great job of developing players and getting them ready for high school.
And that's something to look forward to, obviously. Getting ready for the national anthem. Let's take a commercial break here. It's the Bulldogs and Panthers tonight from Petal Panther Stadium, and we will be back after this commercial break while the national anthem being sung tonight. You're listening to Petal Panther football on WGDQ 93.1.
Flag is Cadet Private First Class Charlie Adams. Carrying the state flag is Cadet Sergeant Ariel Jordan. And guarding the state flag is Cadet Corporal Benjamin Coon. Please remain standing for our national anthem, performed tonight by Petal Upper
Maybe
School
5 minutes.
Elementary
Barbara,
Choir.
you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Just let me know when you want to come back.
Okay.
Okay.
Back at Petal Panther Stadium, Mark Easley alongside Tommy Hudson, Kyle Britt down the sideline. Thanks, Miss Barbara. We're coming in tonight for the final regular season game. Petal will match up next week against the Region 4 fourth place team, and that will be decided tomorrow night. If you're a betting man, Tommy, there's a good chance who you think you may play, but there's 3 teams with a 4-2 division record going into tomorrow night's action. Gulfport has the number 1 seed locked up at 6-0. Within the 3 teams at 4-2 are D'Iberville, Biloxi, and Ocean Springs. So the Panther opponent for next Friday night, which will be a home game here at Panther Stadium, will not be determined until we get the results in from tomorrow night. So trying to look and see who they may play, just wait and get the results, and those brackets will be filled out. And I know on the scoreboard show, I know Kyle calls in that scoreboard show faithfully, and by the time the scores come in tomorrow night, everything should be known as to what the next Friday night schedule holds for the Petal Panthers. We'd like to thank our sponsors, obviously, tonight. Got a number of those, and without them, this broadcast is not possible at all. The radio sponsor, one of the radio sponsors, Hattiesburg Oral Surgery, and then we have a radio and internet sponsors, A1 Graphics, Bucko's Cleaners, Coca-Cola of Hattiesburg, Corner Market, ELTM and Embridge Company, Encore Rehabilitation, Fairley Construction, First Southern Bank, Forest County Board of Supervisors, Fox's Pizza, Grand Bank, Hub City Steel, Magnolia State Bank, Moreno Eye Care, Paris Jewelers, Petal Harvey Baptist Church, Petal Tire, Southern Bone and Joint Specialist. And also like to thank those guys. They are the proud sponsors and the sports medicine physicians for the Petal Panthers. So Southern Bone and Joint does a lot of work for the athletics teams here at Petal. State Farm Insurance of Petal, the agent Ted Cannon, and Richardson Heating and Air. So we'd like to thank those sponsors, and one of the sponsors that we're really appreciating right now is Dickey's Barbecue Pit, because the spread up here, I've heard about it, and now I've gotten to partake of it, and tell me I don't know, I may have to crawl over in the corner and take me a nap here. I got such a full stomach, but Dickey's Barbecue Pit supplying the food for the press box tonight. That's Dickey's Barbecue at 1225 Highway 42 in Petal, Mississippi. And their phone number is 601-602-3476. So anytime you're dealing with food, people that know me know that's a straight way to my stomach is a way to get me to do anything.
I hear you. I'm the same way.
It was some good stuff right there. We're still about 4 minutes away from kickoff. Both teams' captains are making their way onto the field. Again, senior night here at Petal. Out of those 17 seniors, I think all 17 are on the field to be represented as the captains by a group of 4 of those. But a lot of these seniors played a lot of football in their time here, and they've had some great success, haven't they?
Yes, they have. And you know, we talked about last year, and Mark, and you talked about, you heard it, listen to the game, but that loss there in the state championship and how it happened is still stinging in these seniors. And I know that they would love nothing more than to try to get back up there again.
We got to get security checked a little bit tighter in here, because Tyler Shaw is up in the press box. Obviously, game control and security is not. They may be eating the barbecue as well. They've gone to sleep on the job. Tyler, he's a good young man.
Yes, he is.
Georgia saw her earlier, obviously, but Tyler played tennis for me a couple of years and had great years. He's a fine tennis player and a good person too. So it's going to be good to visit with him some during the broadcast. Both teams' captains are meeting at midfield now. Very sparse crowd across the way, and the last time I was in the press box, Tom, was the very first game played at this stadium.
Oh, good.
I'm still amazed at this stadium, but the view up here is great.
Isn't it, though?
A little different on the other side at South Panola, and those stands were packed. It was a heck of an environment.
It was. It was.
It's a great facility for football and soccer as well. And they tossed the coin, and I'm sitting here talking, and I didn't see who won the toss.
I couldn't see it either. I'm sorry.
We will know in a minute. I think from the way the white hat was standing that Terry may be receiving the kick, because he was on their side last. But I don't know if that meant Petal won and deferred. Nope, Terry won it and elected to receive it.
Yeah.
So we're a moment away from action. Terry, again, trying to plan out the string, but they're looking for next year as well. They've got their quarterback they've been playing all year with a great number. They're going to play him more at defense and play a young kid, a ninth grader, I think, is quarterback tonight. So they're looking for the future as well.
And you know, that's something else that I didn't touch on a while ago, Marcus. You know, if you're on the other side over there, Petal's ranked pretty high in the state and pretty high in the nation, really. But you know that those kids would love to come in here and knock Petal off, so they're going to be at the top of their game tonight, no doubt about it. You mentioned a while ago about the Region 4, 6A, and 3 teams at 4-2. Now, I'm just going to tell you, after analyzing this the last few days, it appears, based on who's playing who tomorrow night, that it is going to be Biloxi, unless Ocean Springs is upset by St. Martin. But you just never know in football. So, but right now it appears it would be Biloxi, but anything can happen tomorrow night. I think D'Iberville is at George County, which I think D'Iberville will win that game. They're 7-1 and 4-1, or 4-2. So, or 4-1. I'm sorry, the district. So, I look for it. I really think it'll be Biloxi, but like I say, we'll find out tomorrow night for sure.
We've got to keep up with the scores tomorrow night, and that'll, unless, as you said, Ocean Springs gets upset,
right,
will be Biloxi. So we'll wait till tomorrow night, find that out. But for right now, we've got some unfinished business as Petal will kick this thing off. Tristan Reynolds tees it up at his own 40-yard line. And we're so far away from the field of action, and my eyesight is not that great anyway. We'll see who's back for
Well, you
Terry.
should have been here last week when they had the black jerseys on with the red numerals. You couldn't read it.
Fielded at the 10-yard line across the 15 out to the 20, being hit near the 24 and driving out to the 28, 29-yard line. Moving the pile was Marcus Pitts. He took it at his 10-yard line and returned it out near just beyond the 29, where the Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10, and they will spot it right at the 30-yard line.
You're right, Mark. He actually, first contact was at the 20-yard line, and he just carried the pile. Well, they just marked it at the 30-yard line.
Well, 10 yards after he was hit, so that's pretty good running right there for the young man. Starting the young quarterback for Terry. He'll be in the shotgun. Alongside him in the backfield is Ricky Cotton. Play action, or rather the zone read, gains a yard there for the quarterback. He'll get out to the 31. Gain of 1, be 2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, not a whole lot of room up that middle there for the Petal defense.
That's something that they've been known for, a big physical team,
Yes.
and that was the case in point right there. A short gain by Johnson. In the backfield with him is Blackman. He'll stand to the left of Johnson. Have 2 receivers to the right side, 2 to the left. Man in motion sweep around the left end, strung out nicely by the Panthers, but breaking the tackle, getting out just across the 35-yard line. Here's the slot receiver, Darrell Williams. That'll bring up 3rd and about 4 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, good job of pursuit that time by Petal, not letting him get around the corner and get a first down.
So gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 4. Possession play here for the Bulldogs. Tight set formation here with Johnson in the shotgun. He'll shift a slot receiver to his left. Back to throw under heavy pressure. He's going to be flush from the pocket. Hit, but breaks that tackle at the 25. He's drilling down back at the 31. And what a shot right there.
Yeah, big Jaron guy. Said, you're not going anywhere, buddy.
Knocked him down for about a 5-yard loss. It looked like he had running room.
It
All of
did.
a sudden, he bounced off like a pinball and just fell backwards. So loss of 5 brings up a punting situation now for the Terry Bulldogs from their own 31.
Nice shoes by the punter there, huh, Mark?
Hey,
Nice bright yellow.
That's the old kicking shoe, for sure. Bobble snap, it's low. He's on top of it. He's under pressure. He'll be driven down at the 17. So the Panthers defense under a heavy rush brought Tristan Anderson down. A low snap. He couldn't field it cleanly. Panthers have it 1st and 10 at the 17 of Terry.
Well, that's what you want to see right there. Get your first possession inside the 20-yard line in the red zone there.
So the young quarterback, they have a flag on the play. Wow, illegal participation against Petal, and that's going to be, is that an automatic first down?
Now, yes,
It is.
because
Wow.
they're bringing the offense back out.
Man, that's a tough break if you're a Panther fan, but Terry's got to be pleased with it. I won't say that 12th man was the one that brought down Anderson,
Yeah.
but that was the floodgates opened up. But that big 15-yard penalty is going to move the ball out to the 46. So a characteristic mistake, I guess you
Yes,
could say.
I agree.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They're out near midfield at the 46. But a fresh set of downs now for Mr. Johnson as he'll bring the offense back on the field. Johnson, again, is that 9th grade quarterback, so he's asked to grow up in a hurry tonight. Played some throughout the season, but getting this start tonight against the Panthers. He falls down after taking the snap, trying to roll to his left. The turf monster grabbed him back at the 38.
Boy, that's the bad snap on the punt, and then he just falls down back in the backfield there for a loss of about, 8 yards?
Loss of 8, going to bring up 2nd and 18. Line of scrimmage just beyond the Bulldog 38-yard line. So a couple of mistakes already. That's cost the Bulldogs some field position. The Panther defense comes up showing a little blitz on the near side, and here it comes. Run the zone read. Johnson will keep it, and he's going to be hit after a gain of about 4 out to the 42, it looks like. Bring it up 3rd and long.
Yeah, he really doesn't look like a freshman. I know you can see he has a little bit of the jitters tonight, but tell you what, I know they'll be excited to have him 3 more years.
Yeah, playing the number 3 team in the state, I'd probably have a few jitters.
Yeah, me too.
So 3rd and 14, line of scrimmage is just beyond the 42 of Terry. Out of the shotgun, back to throw is Johnson. Across the middle, wide open. Going to be knocked down about 2 yards short of the first down, though, and that pass completion is to Williams. They'll mark it at the 46 of Petal.
Nice throw by the freshman. Wow, right over the middle there, and a lot of red jerseys around, but he pinpointed it right in there.
Gain of 12 on that play. So bringing up 4th and about 2, and looks like they're keeping the offense on. So big play here defensively.
3 and 7, why not?
Yeah. Handoff.
He got the first down and
more.
more.
Blackman, he's got a lot of room to run to the 40, 30, 20, knocked out of bounds near the 11-yard line. Popped it outside, Blackman did, and boy, he was a step or two away from taking it the distance. They'll say he stepped out at the 15.
Well, he turned on the afterburners, didn't he, Mark, as soon as he got to the sideline?
He was running like somebody was chasing him. So from the 46 to the 15, a gain of 31 for Mr. Blackman and a first down for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 from the Panther 15. This drive kept alive by that penalty. And now the Bulldogs are threatening. Johnson, zone read again. He hands off to number 11 that time. That is Pitts. He's dropped after a very short gain.
Yeah, he got hit pretty hard there at the line of scrimmage. Good job there by the Petal defense.
It's a big defensive front.
Yes,
too.
it is.
That's a flag.
There's a flag on the play.
Maybe that was sideline warning. No, we got to get that out of the way.
Yeah.
If we don't get that sideline warning in the first couple of minutes, we wonder what's happened, and that's what it is. How do you like that call, Tim?
Tell you what,
rule. How do you like that rule?
Yeah. I don't know where that comes from. I asked Corey one time. Evidently, somebody must have got hurt somewhere, being too close to the field of play, and they just said, "Hey, well, maybe we need to start enforcing this rule more."
2nd and 9, a gain of 1. Line of scrimmage at 14 at Petal. Pitts will move to the left of Johnson out of the shotgun. Johnson drops back to pass. Setting up the screen, complete to Pitts, hit immediately. Brought down near the 12, a gain of a couple, and that's played as good as you can play it right there.
Jaron Goss read it and was waiting for him. You're right. As soon as he caught the screen pass, wasn't very much room there to run.
Gain of 2 brings up 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 to be exact. 2 for 2 on the evening for Johnson, but they've been short completions. So possession play again. But again, probably 4 down territory. As you said, they're 3 and 7, so what do you have to lose?
I agree.
Getting the play call from the sideline now. Johnson will step back in out of the shotgun. Rolls to his right, looking to throw. Throws toward the corner near the 3-yard line, batted away. Nicely played there by the cornerback Taylor Wilson. And that'll bring up 4th and 7, and now the field goal unit will trot on with this long 4th down. Apparent field goal attempt coming up.
You're right. Taylor Wilson played that perfect. Stayed right with his man. As soon as the ball got there, just reached in and knocked it down, like he's coached to do.
Ball will be spotted right in the middle of the field at the 20-yard line, so a 30-yard attempt right here for Tristan Anderson. Got the leg for it. Placement's down. The kick is up. Looks like he pulled it left, though, and he did. So Panthers survived after the penalty kept the drive alive, gave up the long run, but the defense stiffened, and now they will take over at their own 20. Panthers will have it first time tonight.
Mark, I never did see if we had somebody running off the field when we had the illegal substitution, or we just had 12 men on the field. Did you see?
I did.
It happened so fast. I was watching the punter.
Yeah, I was watching the snap go past him.
But you're right. That doesn't happen to a Marcus Bull's team very much.
The junior Kyle Smith gaining the start tonight with Larson Barkham taking the evening off, getting ready for the playoffs next week. Got banged up a little last week. So Smith out of the shotgun, straight ahead give. Oh man, to hold his field nicely there after a gain of 1 that time. On the carry was Bo Waits. So 2nd and 9 for the Panthers.
Yeah, that hole closed up real quickly. Looked like he was off to the races there, and I mean he got stood up.
Trip receivers to the left. Waits will move to the left of Smith. Smith looking to throw the quick receiver screen out in the flat, complete. There's a 25 and out just shy of the first down. Going to be about a football length short. Was that?
That was Jamarcus. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, Jamarcus, number 1. Revis. He's had some numbers this year, hasn't he? He's a big-time receiver.
Well, you hit it. You nailed it, Mark. He's just inches short of the first down.
Have to give him 8 on it. unfortunately, but it's just inches away from that first down. Give straight ahead, waits. He'll dodge one man, get out across the 35, gain of about 6, close to 7. We'll give it to him, and the Panthers have their first down of the evening.
And Mark, right there is what Bo Waits has gotten better and better every week. Mark, he from the first time he was able to get in the ball game, he's learned how to follow his blockers and wait for that little opening and get good yardage.
Patience as a runner.
That's right.
It's invaluable, isn't it?
It is.
Trip receivers again to the left. Waits will be to the left of Smith out of the shotgun. Quick receiver screen again to Ravies. He's across the 40. Breaks a tackle and gets out near the 44. Going to be a gain of just about 8 yards. We'll give it to him. So good safe pass by Smith and nice results after the catch.
What we always call it was yak, yards after catch.
That's right. So 2nd and 1. They'll spot it right at, knows the ball touching the 45. Smith to Waits, hard run. That's big number 35 in there that time, and he's going to get about 5 yards.
Yeah, that's
Millage.
big James Millage, who has, they converted James about 3 or 4 weeks ago to running back from, I believe he was playing tight end, and I tell you what, that's been a big plus for Petal because he's so big, he's hard to bring down.
He's carrying a load when he gets those feet moving. Gain of 7 right there, and another first down for the Panthers. From the 48 of Terry, Panthers have moved it into the bulldog end of the field. Smith out of the shotgun again. Play action this time coming near sideline, complete to the 45. Oh, that ought to be a flag.
Yeah, there it
coming
comes,
in. Yeah, pass complete and then dragged down by the helmet and face mask. It was Jesse Jackson with the catch.
That little quick screen's been successful every time, hasn't it, Mark?
And that's a quick hitter that is just hard to defend.
Yes, it is.
And those receivers know what to do with it once they catch that football.
Yes, they do. And, of course, if you've heard Corey and I talk week after week, we have probably one, I think, I'm a little biased, but probably the best wide receivers coach in I would go ahead and say the country because he knows what he's doing, and you know who I'm talking about, Mr. Todd Pinkston.
Yeah,
and he's taught these kids well.
Yeah, I saw him working with them down on the field during the pregame, and he's somebody they can look at because he's been quite successful.
Yeah.
From the 28, give ahead. This time Millage get it inside the 24. Line of scrimmage was the 27, so a gain of 3 for Millage, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Panthers driving. This drive started at their own 20 after the missed field goal. So trying to complete this 80-yard drive, moving it methodically down the field. Waits to check back in as the running back to the left of Smith. 3 receivers on the left side. And that hard cadence,
yep,
get a free 5 yards.
Good job, Kyle Smith.
Kyle's had some snaps, obviously, this year, so it's not like you're playing a green quarterback
That's
back
right.
there.
That's right. I was very impressed last week. Corey and I both was talking about how well when he came in, how well he directed the offense.
So 2nd and 2, the penalty stepped off inside the 20 down to the 19 of Terry. Smith will make the play call after getting it from the sideline. 3:31 left in the first quarter, no score. But Panthers are threatening. Waits to the left of Smith. He'll get the handoff straight ahead. He's got the first down inside the 15, down near the 14 before he's pushed back. So a gain of 5.
Well, there's something that has amazed us too about Bo Waits. He's listed at 5'7", 148, 150, and when he was met by 3 tacklers, he just kept pushing the pile. He's a strong young man.
Yeah, and that may be when he was weighed with his equipment on too. But he keeps those legs a driving now.
I agree.
From the 14, just inside the 15, 1st and 10 Panthers. Waits again off right tackle, pops it outside to the 10, head move, out to the pylon. Did he
Are they
get
gonna
in?
give it? Nope.
Out at the 1. Boy, what a nice move. That quick jab step and popped it outside and goes from the 14 down to the 1. Gain of 13, 1st and goal Panthers.
Well, we just got through bragging on him, didn't we, Mark? And he did just exactly what you said. Read his blockers there and found a little opening and took off.
Bringing in the power package there at the up back. And that's a little bit bigger than Waits. He can lead the way, I'm sure. Number 42 in the game, Jamon Butler, 5'10" and 216. Waits will be the deep man up under center. Smith will take the snap. Give to Waits, follows his guys into the end zone very easily, and a nice 80-yard drive by the Panthers with 2:52 to play in the first quarter. They're on the scoreboard.
That's what the doctor ordered right there. Good long drive. mix in of a pass and a run. So good job by the Panthers. Just seemed to be more focused tonight than they were last week. I don't know why. And that was very impressive. And then you got Kyle directing it there, you know. So good job.
Point after attempt will be taken by Reynolds. The snap is down, the kick is up, and it is good with 2:52 left in the first quarter. Panthers 7, Bulldogs 0. We'll be back right after this commercial break. You're listening to Petal Panther Football. Impressive 80-yard drive here at Petal Panther Stadium. The Panthers on the board with 2:52 to go in the first quarter, lead 7-0. 80-yard drive capped off by the 1-yard run by Bo Waits, and the point after by Tristan Reynolds gives the Panthers the lead, and now Reynolds will tee it up. A high end-over-end kick. It's going to be fielded near the 3-yard line, bobbled, picked up there by Jamal Blackman. He's across the 15 out to the 20. And finally forced out of bounds near the 22-yard line. So a little bit of a disaster averted there by Blackman. And now the Petal Panther defense, who stiffened on the opening drive of Terry and forced the field goal that went wide left, will be back on the field. Had them stopped after the first series, but the penalty kept that drive alive.
Yep, it did. Good to see Slade Buckley back out there this week, who's been bothered by elbow injury, and so I know he was chomping at the bits to get back in there.
Senior night here at Petal going well so far for the Panthers. Johnson back to throw, little receiver screen near sideline. That's complete to Williams, and he gets out across the 30. Got a flag. Probably going to be a hold on that wide receiver.
Yeah, Trevor Williams. I can't get the number hoops for Terry, but he just had him by his jersey holding on to it.
Looking at the reaction of number 22, I think it is, or 26 rather. I think he's the guilty party. You can always tell by the reaction.
That's right.
He didn't hold. It'll be a spot foul from the 23. So that first down is going to be negated by that holding call.
You know, Mark, on that play, really and truly, he had already had the corner after he caught the pass. And to be honest with you, he really didn't need to hold because he had already made his cut-up field and was off to the races for good yardage. But anyway.
Yeah, he had 11 yards on it, but it'll be spotted back at the 13 now after the 10-yard penalty. It stepped off. Two backs splitting the backfield there. Ball is given to, is that the holding party there? 25. Yeah. 25 on the carry for the Bulldogs. That is Robert Johnson, the fourth. That's pretty good. Gain of about 3 out to the 16-yard line for Johnson. And that'll bring up 2nd and long.
Let's keep them behind the chains, Mark. That's what we want to do tonight.
If they only get 3 a run, we'll be all right.
That's right.
2nd and near 17. Let's make it 16. I guess they gave him 4 yards there. Little confusion there as Johnson moves. Johnson, the fourth, to his right. 2 receivers on either side for the Bulldogs. Looking to throw is Johnson. A long throw, and it's dropped. He's going to be brought down after a short gain anyway, but the pass to the far sideline, broken up and dropped at the 20-yard line, so it'll bring up 3rd down for the Bulldogs.
Again, Taylor Wilson right there. Good job by our defensive backs tonight so far tonight. Staying with their man, not giving them a whole lot of room.
Bulldogs need some positive yardage right here, facing 3rd and 16 from their own 16. Johnson out of the shotgun. He'll look to the sideline now. 1:41 left in the first quarter. Trying to get the play call in. Play clock down to 12. 3 receivers to the right side. 1 receiver near side. Blitz coming up the middle. Under a little pressure, flush from the pocket, and going to be hit and dropped back near the 12-yard line. At the 11 even up. That pocket just collapsed.
Yes,
Johnson had no chance.
Well, initially they picked up the blitz, but then Chris Knight kind of just released from his man, and it looked like the quarterback Johnson was fixing to cut upfield, and he ankle tackled him to keep him from getting upfield. So good job again by our defense.
So 4th and 21. Line of scrimmage is the 11. Had a bobble snap the last time. The penalty kept the drive alive. See if the Panthers come after this one. Standing a yard deep in his end zone is Anderson. Good snap. Kick is away, a wobbly spiral, going to be fielded at the 40 of Terry. Coming back the other way to the 35, breaking a tackle at the 30, to the 25, to the 20, 15, got to beat the punter, 10-5, diving for the power.
He's got it.
Touchdown.
He's got it. No flags.
40-yard run right there, and that was Barry Gibson. Wow, nice job of blocking up front, and then he popped through the hole, came near sideline. 40 yards later, and the Panthers, with under a minute to play, are up 13-0.
Trevor, I'm just glad to see Trevor get him a touchdown there. I tell you what, that was textbook, Mark. Wouldn't you say, of getting behind your blockers and then just making things happen?
Yeah, that was Trevor Williams. That 8 looked like a six to me. Yeah. So the 29-yard punt returned 40 yards for the touchdown. And Trevor, with that touchdown and the point after being good, Panthers are up 14-0 with 50 seconds to go. Let's go down to Kyle here and let's see if he's running down the sideline with Trevor, keeping up with him. Kyle, how'd you see that one, brother?
I haven't spotted him down there yet.
We were up checking that equipment. He must have saw. He's breathing hard. That's what it is. He was running with him step for step.
Hey guys, a little bit of technical difficulties. Just great job by Trevor. I talked to him today at school, and I told him, so you're doing punt return. Can't go through a senior year without a punt return, and he's able to take that one to the house right there.
Yeah, Kyle, I thought you were having to catch your breath. You were running down the sideline with him that time.
Hey, that was an exciting play. He
Whoops, lost him, didn't we?
A little technical difficulty there, but Trevor with that 40-yard punt return, and the point after, 14-0 Panthers lead with 50 seconds left in the opening quarter. Teeing it up again. They may have a workout tonight. Tristan Reynolds has a high kick that's going to go about 6 yards deep in the end zone, so he got all of that one, I think.
And Mark, I'm looking at the flags, and there's no wind, and I mean he almost kicked it out to the back of the end zone. And that's another thing Corey and I talk about all the time, Mark. That's a weapon that you like to have, being that they have the rule that you can't return it out of the end zone. We talk about it all the time. Let's make them start from the 20-yard line.
If you've got that kind of weapon, that they're going to drive the field 80 yards.
That's
a lot of teams can't sustain a drive that long.
That's right.
Nice job by Reynolds that time. Johnson back on again as the quarterback. 50 seconds still showing on that clock as no seconds ran off on the kick. Bulldogs trying to mount a drive here, down 14-0 here late in the first quarter. Johnson gives straight ahead to Blackman. He's going to be upended after maybe a 2-yard gain out to the 22. Nicely played. That front four is holding those blocks, and the linebackers coming in and making a play. They gave him 3 on it out to the 23.
And that's my boy Forrest Harvey right there. Got in there, penetrated, and tripped him up before he could get upfield.
So Blackman had the long run of 31 yards, adds 3 to his total, but 2nd and 7 now for the Bulldogs. Back to throw. Again, setting up the screen. Batted away. A nice play right there. Trevor, run the punt back, get in and get a hand on the pass, does it all now.
Hey, he's making the best out of his last home game, regular season home game, isn't he, Mark?
Yeah, and you were talking about, don't know what the focus might be like tonight, but on senior night, these guys are going to come out wanting to win their last regular season game here on this home surface.
Right.
So 3rd and 7 now for the Bulldogs. Clock stopped at 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Man press coverage on each receiver. Got 2 on the far side showing blitz. The Panthers will back out now as Terry will reset the play. Defense showing a little bit of a spunk. Here comes the blitz. Thrown across the middle. High intercepted at the 36. Coming back to the 30. Pops it outside to the 25. Tripped up at the 24. That's
Jonah Myers.
Jonah Myers.
Got a flag.
Flag in around the line of scrimmage. They're already moving the chains. Let's see.
I'm not sure, Mark, but I thought one of our linebackers on the outside blitzing might have left a little. No, they're pointing the other way. Hold on.
I thought the same thing, offsides, because he got a running start.
Yeah, he did.
Let's see what the officials indicate here. Now they're holding up the chains. Both teams are off the field. Illegal block in the back. Is that what it was? Illegal block in the back?
After the catch, yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
I think that's what the signal was.
Okay.
Again, we're only about 100 steps up off the field, and I was stopping about every 20.
Oh, here Kyle's going.
All right, Kyle, what'd you see there?
It was a block in the back by us. One of our defensive.
Ball's marked on the 30-yard line.
The
First
same
and 10
type of
Panthers.
difficulties we've had the last few weeks with the sideline mic.
Yeah, the penalty will be stepped back to the 30 of Terry. Panthers do maintain possession. 10 seconds showing on that first quarter clock. 1st and 10 from the Bulldog 30. So the 9th grader not accurate enough with his pass, and Panthers in good position right here. Give straight ahead to Millage. Nope, running the option, a bad pitch. Waits, chases it down, but he's going to be thrown down all the way back near the 37, so a big loss right there as the first quarter comes to an end. Panthers 14, Bulldogs 0. You're listening to Petal Panther Football on WGDQ 93.1.
Fans, at this time, we would like to recognize the Petal Middle School volleyball team for the success they had during their first season. These girls that are on the field now went 8-0 this season. Congratulations to the Petal Middle School volleyball team. And fans, look on the standing game ad on page 69 in your 2012 football program. This game you won a $25 gas card. The winning program has a special mark in the bottom right-hand corner. That's the standing game ad on page 69. Report to the media booth in the press box if you're the winner.
In the second quarter of play, Panthers on top, 14-0. Face a 2nd and 17 from the Bulldog 37. Around the left end comes Waits, lowers his head near the 35, and he's going to be stuck right there after a gain of 2. Helmets flying off. And looks like a Panther on the side of it, so we'll see who comes out of there without a helmet.
That's Bo's helmet.
Bo, his head is still attached even though the helmet's not.
Yeah, you're right.
Boy, took a shot right there. Line of scrimmage is at the 35. A short gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 15. So Panthers facing their first long yardage situation of the night here early in the second quarter. Moving right to left on your radio dial or computer monitor, depending on your means of watching or listening to the game. Stepping up in the pocket, Smith's got some room to run. He's to the 32, 30, down near the 25. Going to be thrown down at the 23, a gain of 12. Good decision there by the young man against the blitz.
Yeah, and then we talked about that last week. Kyle pretty quick with his feet there when he has to get out of the pocket. So great job by Kyle. Didn't get the first down, but looks like this is 4-down territory, up 14-0.
4th and 3 from the 23. Got to get right on the 20-yard line for the first down. Millage is the running back. He'll move to the right of Smith. Tight end line, or 2 tight end set rather. Millage straight ahead. Going to be hit at the 22. Drags a man and pushes his way down to the 19. Good hard run by Millage.
That's what I like about him right there. The short yardage situations, he's just so big and strong. I mean, you've got to get him in the backfield, and they didn't. So he got that head of steam going and got the first down.
Yeah, he was hit at the 22 and
sure
just carried the pile and ran over a guy to get inside the 20 near the 19. So fresh set of downs for the Panthers, threatening to add to this 14-0 lead here as the clock ticks under 11 minutes to play in the first half. One thing about these Thursday night games, you're just about the only game in town.
That's right.
I think West Jones is hosting Wingfield. That's the only one in the area on the Thursday night besides this.
Got some room.
Got some room to run around the right end on the sweep and forced out of bounds Jamarcus Ravies. He's knocked out of bounds near the 13, so a gain of 6. And that's a good gain on first down. You like to have those big yards.
That's right. So 2nd and 5, 4th. I mean, you just can't. That's what you want. You can't get a first down.
They say he did step out at the 14, so a gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 for the Panthers. Millage stays in as the running back. Smith will have his 3 receivers to his left now. Looks to the sideline for the play call. And now he'll reset Millage to his left. Quick receiver screen to Ravies, complete at the 17, and he's thrown down at the 14, and we may have a hold on the outside receiver there as well.
Yeah, looks like Jesse Jackson might have got a little bit of jersey when he was trying to block for him downfield.
That play was successful in the first quarter, a good bit for nice yardage, and tried to run it again, but played a lot better that time by Terry. Yep, the holding call, and I'm sure Terry will take this, even though there was no gain on the play. 3rd and 5 or 2nd and 15. I think I'll take the 2nd and 15.
Yeah, no doubt.
They are marching the Panthers backwards. They'll spot it at the 24. The first down will be earned inside the 10 near the 9-yard line. As the offensive unit looks to the sideline for the signals. You talk about the way games have changed in the last years, all the flapping of arms and the signaling the plays.
That's right.
Never heard of that back when everybody was huddled up 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Exactly.
Smith back to throw, screen set up, batted up in the air, nearly intercepted. Woo.
Wow,
he didn't get the pass quite high enough.
Nope.
Getting up, breaking that up with Skylar Chrysler, the defensive end, who's a junior out of Terry, played nicely. That's the first incompletion for Kyle.
It is, isn't it?
3 out of 4, only 22 yards, but it's been those good runs after the catch on that little swing pass to the slot receiver. They got those 22 yards. Now 3rd and 14. We'll make it 3rd and 15 rather from the 24. Smith back to throw, steps up in the pocket across the middle. Man open, that's Jesse Jackson down to the 3-yard line.
Wow, what a throw.
Boy, a post pattern, and the ball was right on the money.
Oh, no.
Down to the 3.
I see a flag.
Personal foul, roughing.
Oh, okay.
Against them.
Okay, thank you.
We'll even take that one. Gain of 21 on the play.
Did he hit the quarterback late? I didn't see it. You had to be where the flag was at there.
So,
man, what a throw by Kyle Smith.
Right on the money, in stride. Jackson caught it, took it to the 3, and that half the distance penalty now will make it a 1st and goal from just outside the 2.
And more impressive about that catch by Jesse is he knew he was going to get hit pretty hard, and he was able to hold on to the football.
Yeah, you see a lot of receivers going across that middle. They'll get alligator
Ooh,
arms.
Yeah.
But, Jesse laid those arms out, caught it in stride, and hauled a man down to the 3. And now the ball will be spotted just inside the 2. So that short penalty gets the Panthers a little bit closer to the goal line. Wanting to add to this 14-0 lead. Now Smith gets the call from the sideline. Millage, is that Millage? I think it's, we'll see who gets the ball here. Number 30.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that's Trey Tisdale.
Tisdale in as the running back, or 20 rather. He gets the handoff, and he's going to be thrown down back at the 5. That was just a quick little give off right tackle, and John Wyndham, senior, 5'7", 171 pounds, lost about 4 yards back to the 6. Well played, shooting the gap right there. So that's not a lot of negative plays.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry, I did say Trey Tisdale. It's 20 and not 30. I apologize.
I'm still learning some of these names, and plus not being able to see the numbers. Wyndham makes up for it as he gets back near the original line of scrimmage. Powell still moving. And I guess they blew him dead at the 1, so a gain of 5. Good hard run, good blocking up front by that big offensive line. So 3rd and goal now for the Panthers. Ball spotted right at the 1-yard line. Wyndham will stay in as the running back. Smith stays in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right. Jackson, the lone receiver, to the left. High snap pulled down by Smith. Little messed up on the handoff, but Wyndham pulls it down and gets in from 1 yard out. That's a nice job of running that ball.
Tell you what, Kyle Smith, you're right. High snap, a lot of quarterbacks that hadn't played all year doesn't do a good job of handling that, but he did, got the job done.
So the 1 yard Wyndham run puts the Panthers back on the scoreboard. On to attempt the point after is Tristan Reynolds. 8:42 showing on that 2nd quarter clock. The snap is good, the placement is good, and the kick is good. So Reynolds with the point after gives the Panthers a 21-0 lead. You're listening to Panther football on WGDQ 93.1. Back at Panther Stadium, Mark Easley alongside Tommy Hudson. Kyle Britt on the sideline. Kyle, it's been a pretty good night for the Panther fans so far tonight, hasn't it? 21-0. Look like the Panthers have got it rolling right now. And the Bulldogs just trying to get something positive for them, but facing that 21-0 deficit, going to be tough for them. Reynolds, a high kick again, going to travel into the end zone. About the same result, about 6 yards deep. So I think he's feeling it pretty good. As you said, the flag is limp as a noodle, and there's no wind at all behind him. And he's just drilling it 6 yards deep in the end zone. Strong leg by that young man.
Yes, it is. He's done that all year long.
Is he a soccer player too?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
A leg like that, soccer coach
I would hope so.
may try to get him out there. Panthers having a good night so far. Kyle Smith, 4 out of 5, 43 yards. A big one on that 21-yard pitch and catch to Jesse Jackson to set up that 1st and goal situation there. Defense back on the field now. Got their ears pinned back. Gain of 1, maybe 2 out to the 22. Blackman on the carry for the Bulldogs. He's been the only bright spot for Terry. 4 carries for 41, but 31 of those yards came on that one play on that first drive.
Yep. Hemmed up since then.
2 receivers either side. Blackman will stand to the left of Johnson. Johnson checks the sideline now for the play signal after he looks the defense over. Now walking the pressure up. Panthers showing blitz, and here they come. Handoff right up the middle, and he's going to be hit, maybe lose a yard back to the 21. That's Blackman again. That offensive line having a tough job.
Yeah, controlling the defense. You're right. Well, that's what you want. You want your defensive line pushing those offensive linemen back, and that's exactly what's going on. You're right, Mark.
They were leaning, I think, and gave him the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 8 from the 22. Passing situation hadn't been kind for the Bulldogs as the pressure has been on Johnson all night. Let's see if the Panthers bring it again here. 7:35 left in the first half. Up 21-0. Panthers looking for another stop. In sweep around the right side. Caught the Panther defense off guard and pushing it up the field to the 38-yard line is Blackman. Jackson forces him out of bounds at that point.
Yeah, pressure was coming from the right side of the defense, and the play went to the left side. So once he broke the line of scrimmage, he had pretty good running room down the right sideline.
17 yards on that carry from Mr. Blackman. Line of scrimmage now at the 39 of Terry. Their 3rd first down of the night here in the 2nd quarter. Halfway through it, just about. Nearly 7 minutes to play. Now, when you bring the pressure from the correct side, it works out a lot better than when they run away from you.
You're right, Mark. Big difference.
Johnson back to throw. Across the middle. Pass complete for a short gain. Breaking a tackle, though, is Williams, and he'll get out near the 44. Had him wrapped up after a 2-yard gain. He'll get about 5 out of it.
Yeah, good job by him to break loose and get some positive yards.
Only the 3rd completion of the night. 19 yards through the air, 2nd and 5.
Got to tip your hat to him. Be a 9th grader out there against a stellar defense like Petals, and hey, not afraid to try to throw that football.
Now Williams is a senior, the receiver, so he ran it like a seasoned veteran. Quick swing pass to Williams again. This time he's going to be tripped up in the backfield trying to run that little swing pass out of the backfield. He's going to be brought down to 42.
Again, Trevor Williams read it perfectly and ankle tackled him to keep him from getting any yardage.
Loss of 2 brings up 3rd and 7. The Panther defense trying to stiffen right here.
Mark, I don't know about you, but this game is flying by, isn't it?
Well, that's the kind you like, isn't it?
As long as you're ahead.
Yeah. So
6:16 to go in the 2nd quarter.
Well, it's been a lot of running, so
yeah, you're right.
And
Makes
not many
difference.
incompletions on the Panther side at least, so that clock has been moving. Handoff straight ahead to Blackman. He's going to be hit after a short gain, going to be well short of the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 43, so only a gain of 1.
Good job, Dwayne McIntyre that time, reading it, and knew exactly where he was going and kept him from getting any yardage.
So on to punt it away again for the Bulldogs. As Tristan Anderson will be only his 2nd punt. The first one had a bad snap and he was brought down, plus the penalty blocked that punt out of the stats column anyway. Spiral away this time from Trevor. Wisely done. It'll hit at the 36 and go out of bounds at the 37. It took a a little bit of a Panther bounce. So Panthers in pretty good shape from their own 37-yard line.
Yeah, good field position. That's what you want. Start your drives from. Anytime you can get that good a field position, start to drive, it's a plus for your offense.
Only a 21-yard punt, no return. As they were kicking away from Trevor Williams, who returned the last punt 40 yards for the touchdown. Kyle Williams will check back on as the quarterback. Have his receivers, all three of them, to the right side, and Waits is to his right in the backfield with him. Looking to throw is Smith. Looking a deep out pattern, complete at the 47. A good strong arm shown right there, complete to the 49 of Terry.
Yeah, that time Kyle Reynolds just went down, found a little seam there, turned around about, 15 yards downfield, 12, 13 yards, and Kyle put it right on the money again.
Yep. 14 on the pitch and catch, but it was a strong throw from Kyle, his 5th completion of the night.
That's the KK connection, Kyle to Kyle.
There you go. 1st and 10 inside Bulldog territory at the 49. Panthers trying to tack something on here before halftime. Swing pass, little receiver screen over the outstretched arms of Jamarcus. Hadn't been off the target too much tonight.
No, he
Kyle
hasn't.
hadn't. That's only his 2nd incompletion. 5 out of 7 for 57 yards. So it's been an efficient night.
I tell you what, Mark, they had that set up good, had some good blocking. If he gets that ball there, he might have been off to the races.
That's about the 4th and 5th time we've run that pass play, and only one time down here early or in that previous drive they even stopped it for no gain. But you nailed it. They had it set up perfectly. 2nd and 10 from the 49 of Terry. Smith looks to throw for the post pattern, a deep out rather to Jamarcus, and overshooting him. I thought he had pulled it in there.
I did too.
Just over the outstretched arms near the 32-yard line of Jamarcus. That'll bring up 3rd and 10. Again, the Panthers have done a good job staying out of these 3rd and longs tonight.
Yep.
This is really the second. They had a 3rd and 15 previously with the post pattern to Jesse Jackson. Let's see if he might go back to him right here. Jackson is the lone receiver on the left side. 2 receivers to the right. 3rd and 10, Panthers. Now the play call coming in from the sideline.
Good
Smith
job.
has it.
Good job by the offensive line again tonight, giving him good protection.
Got to hurry here. Play clock down to 2. And Coach Boyle sees that. He'll take a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. Panthers on top, 21-0. 4:58 left in the 2nd quarter. You're listening to Petal Panther Football.
And look at the A1 graphics ad on page 58. In your 2012 football program, to see if you've won a free charity bag with a Panther logo. The winning program has a special mark in the bottom right corner. That's the A1 graphics ad on page 58. Please report to the PA booth in the press box and claim your prize.
Back at Panther Stadium here on the campus of Petal High School, Mark Easley alongside Tommy Hudson, Kyle Britt on the sideline, holding everything down there. He may be making some of those play calls, those scoring plays. I guess Kyle's been calling. You've been relaying those to Coach Boyles, I guess, haven't you, Kyle?
We must not be getting any kind of connection tonight.
They were having some problems before the game with that, and talking about the equipment they need to get. And I would imagine by next year that problem will be solved.
Yeah.
Smith brings his troops back out of the timeout, facing a 3rd and 10 from the 49 of Terry. Back to throw. Brought Waits out of the backfield. Nobody picked him up. It's to the 45-40 inside the 35 near the 31-yard line. Great play design right there.
Sure was.
Gain of 18 on the play and moving the chains again. They stretched the field with the receivers, brought the running back out, and Waits was wide open. And he's down to the 31, gain of 18, as we said. 1st down, Panthers.
Yeah, I've always liked that play, Mark, just to let your running back delay just a few minutes, maybe block somebody, and then come off that block and get open. Up, right side moved on the offensive line.
And again, the reaction, you can tell who it was. I'm not going to call his name out.
No, that's all right.
You can if you want to.
No, that's all right.
You'll be wearing his headsets again
that's
next
right.
weekend. So that 5-yard penalty on the second penalty of the night for Petal pushes the ball back to the 36. 1st and 15, Panthers from the Bulldog 36-yard line. Millage takes the handoff straight ahead, breaks the tackle. He's down inside the 30, down near the 27.
Wow.
Just good hard run again. You mentioned it, brought him from that tight end position. He has such strength and strong legs. He's a handful, isn't he?
I tell you what, I wouldn't want to try to tackle him when he's got that full head of steam.
He's spotted at the 27, so a gain of 9 on the play. Brings up second about 6. Good run, though, on that 1st and 15 play. Millage stays in as the running back. He'll take it again, trying to get around the right end. He's going to be hit at the 30 and driven down at the 29-yard line. Lose a couple on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not blessed with great speed getting to the outside. So his forte is running it up, right off tackle. But that time he just couldn't get around the corner.
Well, the penetration by the defensive end on that side made him pop back trying to get to the outside. That play designed to go outside, and give credit to that defensive end on the far sideline that he blew that play up for a loss of 2. 3rd and 8 from the 29. Back to throw, Smith. Again, screen set up nicely to Waits. He's to the 30, 25, 20. Run! He gets down to the 13. Wow, what a hard run. Gain of 16 on the play.
Mr. Charles Taylor, number 23, defensive back. I mean, Bo lowered his head and just bulldozed him for about 2-3 yards. Man, I love this guy. I love to watch him run the football.
He is quick and powerful. You talk about it didn't weigh a lot, but man, he turns those legs.
He does.
Just lowered his head and ran over him down to the 13-yard line. First down, Panthers, with 3:25 to play in the first half. Waite stays in. He'll stay to the right of Smith. Smith back to throw again. Looking deep out pattern. What a catch! Wow, I thought that was intercepted. Come back the other way. Jamarcus goes up at the 3-yard line, pulls it down. They'll spot him at the 4 as he came back for the ball. But man, that was a long throw, and what a better catch.
Yeah, it went way across field with Kyle Smith had to throw it. And you're right, Mark. I thought the defensive back was in position, was going to make the interception, and Jamarcus is just good at that. He knows how to. He's pretty strong and just pulled it down.
That Stretch Armstrong arms there just reached over the defender and brought it in. Gain of 9 to the 5, 2nd and 1, Panthers. Waite straight ahead. He's to the 4, 3, bulls his way down near the goal line. They'll say he stopped just inside the 1. Gain of 4, but a first down for the Panthers. 1st and goal. I'm
amazed at the size of him, and he just pushes people back.
I bet he could squat a bunch.
That's what I'm wondering. I'd like to know what he squats.
He'll line up to the left of Smith at the 5-yard line. Waits has it there, flagged from the near official.
Encroachment, I believe.
Yep,
I'm not
all
sure.
sides lined up in the neutral zone. Penalties like that's got to drive a coach crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Pre-snap penalty where you line up in the neutral zone. Come on. Just look and see where the ball is.
Concentration.
Maybe why you're looking at a 3-7 record, though.
Yeah, true.
So half of the distance to the goal. It'll move at a football length, and that's about it. So 1st and goal for the Panthers. Jackson, the receiver to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Waits the back in the backfield with Smith. Smith's going to throw it. Looking for Jackson, overshoots him on the post pattern. Had a little mustard behind that, too. Got a late flag here. May have a roughing the passer again.
I think he hit him a little bit late after he released the football.
That's some frustration right there. 46 for Terry. Marius Bryant. Getting a little late shot in there on Kyle Smith.
Little surprise, aren't you, Mark, on that play call there? Just figured as well. Good if we've been running the ball off tackle tonight on him. He tries a little short post pattern across the middle.
Well, you may be working on some things, too, because you got Jackson isolated on this left side and run that quick slant, little post pattern, just too high of a throw. But it was there, but Smith just a little bit off target. Still first down after half the distance to the goal, so that knows the ball got to be close to the goal line. Now stoppage of play. And now another late shot. Let's see what... I'm looking for a yellow hanky. I don't see one. The officials are conferring right where the ball was spotted. And now Petal's walking backwards, so obviously.
Yeah. Somebody moved, didn't they?
Yeah, illegal procedure. I don't know who. But that 3rd penalty of the night for the Panthers moves the ball back outside the 5. Still 1st and goal, though. That's the good thing about it.
Yep.
Now let's see if Waits gets this thing. We fooled around long enough, Coach Boyle is going to say right here.
Now we're going 5.
Now it's offsides on Terry. What did you gave us the curse.
I
you said
did.
the clock was rolling,
That's right.
and now we've had penalties galore.
That's right.
My goodness. Isn't that always the way it is?
It is.
Half the
I
distance to
jinxed
the goal.
it. I jinxed it.
We'll let it slide this time, though. 1:56 showing on the second quarter clock. Panthers trying to add to that 21-point lead here before halftime. Jackson will be the lone receiver to the left.
It's called against Terry.
And 2 receivers to the right are Ravies, and I think that's number 80, isn't it, on the far side?
Yeah,
Kyle
yeah,
Reynolds.
Kyle Reynolds, yes.
And Waits will be the running back. He'll line up to the right of Smith. Waits takes it. He makes his cut at the 2, gets down near the goal line, inside the 1. Seems like we've been in that spot a few times already in this drive.
That's right. Well, it seemed like this last 5, 6, 7 yards has taken about 3 or 4 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, the last 5 plays have been run from inside the 2, it seems like.
Yep.
Clock rolling in 1:25. Second goal from near the 1-yard line. I will be shocked if Waits does not get this ball again. He's lined up to the right. He sweep around the left end, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Lower his shoulder and knock somebody over a yard deep just for the fun of it.
Why not?
Waits with his second touchdown of the night on a 1-yard run.
Yeah, Jarius Moore, senior for cornerback for Terry, just thought he was going to try to tackle Bo, and Bo said, nah, I'll just run right over you.
So a 1-yard run by Mr. Waits has the Panthers on the board again with 1:07 to play. Reynolds on for the point after. Bo Waits had a nice night so far tonight. Kick is up, and it's good. 1:07 to play. Panthers 28, Terry 0. You're listening to Panther football on WGDQ 93.1.
Chances to win $10,000. The winners will be announced after halftime. Tickets are being sold at most gates. Kicking off for the Panthers, number 13, Tristan Riddle. Deep for the Bulldogs, number 2, Jamal Blackman, number 11, Marcus Fish.
Back at Panther Stadium. Panthers on top 28-0. Kicking it off again. Reynolds, shorter kick this time. It's going to be fielded by Blackman at his 3-yard line. Comes across the 5 to the 10, trying to pop it near sideline. He's going to be hit and driven backwards, missing a man, but falling down at the 9, missing a tackle there. Well, the Panthers did at the 12, but one thing about it, they made Blackman back up and run a little bit further in the other direction, and Blackman paid the penalty for it. He was brought down at the 10-yard line, so poor starting position here for the Bulldogs with 57 seconds left in the first half. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 10.
It's not been a good night for the Bulldogs tonight, has it, Mark?
Well, they've got that 6-game losing streak.
Yeah.
6-game losing streak, and it looks like unless something drastic happens, it's going to be a 7-game losing streak to end the season, which, you know, every team wants to win their last game just to go into the off-season workouts, but the Panthers not looking to cooperate. Showing that blitz, middle linebacker coming up there is Dwayne McIntyre. He'll back out of it now. Johnson with the play clock at 7 steps back to make his play call. 2 receivers either side. He'll keep it running right up the right side, and he's going to be thrown down right at the line of scrimmage. Johnson just trying to get out of this first half, let that clock run a little bit here. Ticks under 45 seconds to go. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Kyle's back up here with us now. Just informed us that his battery died on him. That's why we couldn't get any connection down there.
That Energizer bunny wasn't hopping up and down that sideline.
No.
Huh? Play clock at 10. Johnson takes the snap, gives to Blackman. He's going to be swarmed under again, maybe a loss of 1 this time. That could be the last play of the first half as the game clock is at 11. And it looks like they are going to be content to let it run out, which I cannot fault them a bit.
Nope.
Both teams are headed toward the locker room. Panthers 28, Bulldogs 0 as the first half comes to a close. We'll be back after this commercial break, talk a little bit about that first half. You're listening to Petal Panther Football on 93.1. Back at Panther Stadium, the Panthers enjoying a 28-0 halftime lead here. The scoring 14 points in each quarter, starting with 2:52 left in the first quarter, a 1-yard Bo Waits run. Reynolds was good with the point after, made the score 7-0 in favor of the Panthers. And then just before the end of the first quarter, 50 seconds showing on the clock, Trevor Williams returned a punt 40 yards for the touchdown. And again, true on the extra point was Tristan Reynolds. So the Panthers held that 14-0 lead after the first quarter of play. In 8:42 showing on the second quarter clock. Another 1-yard run by Mr. Wyndham. John Wyndham carried it in. And again, Reynolds true on the point after, gave the Panthers a 21-0 lead, and then 1:07 left in the second quarter. Right before halftime, Bo Waits again from 1 yard out. Reynolds again true on the point after. Gave the Panthers their 28-0 lead, which they now enjoy at halftime. And as far as the first half stats go, I think the Panthers got to be pleased with the way they handled things, Kyle. Defensively, they played well, except for the one drive that they kept alive with that punt, the penalty on the punt in the first drive of the game. The Panther defense has really shut down those Bulldog offenses.
I think they did just exactly what Coach Boyles and Coach defense coordinator Coach Jody Hawkins had planned for this week. Get ahead of Terry early, don't let him score, and run the halftime with a pretty sizable lead, which we have here, first touchdown lead. I think that maybe in the second half, our offense comes out first drive in the second half. Hopefully puts one in, go up 35-0, and I think you can pretty much clear the bench after that and run the clock.
Now the Bulldogs have them for 3 first downs in the first half, one of those by way of the penalty. My goodness, we really got to check security now, son. Goodness gracious alive. Coach Kyle Roan done slipped in the door here. We got to check some IDs or something, man. Man, good to see you, brother.
Great to see you.
Man, were you running the bleachers? You out of breath. How far were you sitting? You weren't sitting up near the top?
Well, I had to account for the field, too, not just the bleachers.
How you been, man? You looking good?
Very good. Appreciate it, Easley. How are you?
Oh, doing well. No, got the basketballs aired up, been working them out a little bit. How things looking here at Petal? I know y'all got a big day Saturday here planned. Got some classic games, I think, but tell us a little bit about Saturday.
Well, it's good. It's November, you know, so it's time, and you know, really excited about what our football team's done. Number one, and you know, having them being able to compete and go as far as they are in their run. We're still a little bit limited with our guys, but the core that we have, I have to give a lot of credit to. They've really worked hard. It's exciting to see what we will be able to look like in a, you know, I guess a halfway type picture. Saturday we'll have a great day. The game starts at 9:30 in the morning. We'll cap it off at 8 o'clock that night versus Perry Central, and our girls will play 6:30 versus Hancock. So kind of excited to see our guys against another group. You know, and it's here. It goes in a hurry. Once we get started, we play 4 games in 7 days, so it goes fast.
It's your scheduling, man. I blame you for that.
There you go.
Now, how many games you have Saturday? I know you said that Petal girls and guys play the last 2, but how many games are you looking at?
It'll be 8 games. It'll be girls game start at 9:30, and it'll be girl boy.
Yeah.
They're out until we finish up the day at 6:30 and 8.
And how much you charging folks to come watch that?
Be $5.
Can't beat that.
You can see all day for $5.
Hey, bring your concession stand money so you don't have to leave to go eat. $5 and a little popcorn money and Coke money. You can see a lot of basketball. And
that's true.
You know, some people obviously are ready for that indoor sport, but looking at the game tonight and knowing that Petal already has the top spot in their region wrapped up, how many of these football guys play on your basketball team?
We're looking at it overall. We've got 7 players about here, and there's 3 or 4 of those easily that'll be heavily relied on once they get in and get kind of acclimated to the basketball type action. And you know us, we're really supportive of them, really excited what they get to do, and you know, it's kind of a catch-22. You're for them and want them to go as far as you can, and our guys are really good with it. We've tried to build a culture where we're a team, and the guys we have in there really work, and it gives them a chance to get minutes, but at the same time we're for everybody. Obviously we're all Petal Panthers, and we're you know, behind them and what they do, and when they get in there, obviously our practices will become more and more competitive. We'll see them get better, we'll see them get more acclimated as time goes on. Obviously that'll be the meat of our year anyway. The way our region is set up, we play basically a big exhibition schedule, and it comes down to February 12th. The region tournament's at our place. We host it this year, and that's the biggest night because there's, you know, 4 teams the way basketball is drawn up, our 4, and it all comes down to that night and who gets into the South State playoffs.
You're talking about the guys that you're going to count on a number of these that are still in the pads out here tonight, but the time that these other guys you're working with now and the games they will play between now and when the football guys join them, that experience, you know, you're going to be counting on a lot of folks. You never know how the season plays out, injuries or whatever, but the minutes and the practice time they're getting right now is going to pay dividends down the road.
Oh, it's huge. And, you know, it was kind of in a situation, you bring that up. I'm in a great situation because the kids I have in the gym now, I've got a really good core. I've got 3 seniors this year on our team, and 2 of them are in the gym, and they've done really good. Jarek Bean, Cannon Edwards, and the other players, I've got a group that will be starting, playing a lot once I get our whole team, and it gives them a chance to continually lead some of our young guys that are in there that probably are getting some action that, like you said, maybe wouldn't get, which you can't repay for that game experience. So it's huge, and I can't say enough about the guys that are in the gym with me all year long. It's incredible the strides they've made, and we've made big strides as far as strength and conditioning, and not only our skill level, which I think will really help us on down the line with young guys and this group that'll play this year.
Yeah, head men's basketball coach here at Petal High School, Kyle Roan. And for the ones who aren't familiar, even though the regions are basically the same, but tell a little bit about some of the teams in your region and what you're looking forward, what you expect out of some of those teams this coming season.
Well, 6A basketball, we break our two south, or the teams that are in the south, or the regions that are in the south. We have two regions, two 8-team regions, and in basketball we divide those again and come up with 4-team regions, and we're in there with Meridian, Oak Grove, and Hattiesburg. And really the only good thing about that easily is travel.
That's a cakewalk, you know.
Right.
There's no basketball powers in those names.
So, I mean, and you know, and obviously Hattiesburg won that region last year. And Meridian 2 years ago won a state championship. So you know you can move on and on and on and talk about how tough the region is, and but I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think within our region we have built-in rivalries, obviously with Hattiesburg and Oak Grove. That allows for us a chance to have some really good basketball environments, I think, in this area, and it gives our kids something to look forward to and play. And I want us to get to the point with our program to where we can compete. Night in, night out to win a region and not only win that region but advance and get into a march toward getting into that South State playoffs and even further.
Yeah, it's a process, obviously, as you work to develop that talent from elementary school, basically, up through junior high, middle school, to high school. But been knowing you for a number of years, know the quality of the coach and person you are, and I know you'll do a great job with it. But I'm sure the support here, Coach Boyles has come in first year here, but I know the success of all the programs is important to him as well.
Oh, it's unbelievable, and you just hit on something that I've got to, you opened it up for me a chance to say. I think I get up and come to work probably one of the best jobs that you could come to in this area. Got some of the best administrative support you could have as a coach. You mentioned it with Coach Boyles. Even like you said, first year AD, but he comes from a place and background that understands winning at all sports. I mean, he comes from a team where he won it at Wayne County. His basketball teams won it. His girls teams advanced. No question, Coach Boyles, as far as 100%. It goes all the way down from our superintendent of our school district, Dr. Buchanan, to our principals at our high school. They're so supportive. Coach Boyles, we've done a lot of enhancements to our facility, and it's because of them. And they're allowing our kids to grow and make basketball a special environment for them.
Well, that's good. I appreciate you stopping by. It's always good to see you. Wish I could get down and watch your team play some, but it always seems that Jones is having a game or something. But I probably count on one hand the number of times I've seen you since you left Jones a few years ago. But it's always good to see you. Hope everybody's doing well. Your wife doing fine.
Same here. Everybody's good, and I know the same. We're both in the same circles, in athletic circles, and it's busy. And because we haven't been in contact, don't mean I don't think of you and hear you when I listen to the Bobcats on the radio. So best of luck to you easily as we go forward, and I thank you for the opportunity to talk about basketball in our program. And I appreciate you.
All right, good luck to you this year, brother.
Thank you.
All right, we're at halftime. Panthers are up 28-0 over the Bulldogs of Terry High School. Let's take another commercial break here from some of our sponsors. We'll come back and talk a little bit more about the first half with Kyle Britt. You're listening to Petal Panther Football on 93.1.
Advance your attention, please, as we have the winner of the $10,000. The winner of the drawing for $10,000 from Petal, Mississippi, Mary Beth Griffin. Congratulations, Mary Beth Griffin. You're the winner of $10,000. at 6:30. To watch the highlights all of tonight's game and listen to Coach Marcus Boyle and Lance Pittman discuss all the action. You can also watch the show at pedalfootball.com.
Action still going on there. And talking about who the Panthers may match up with, we will match up with Region 4-6A, which is the Gulf Coast teams. And there's been 4 teams that have clinched a playoff spot. The only seed that's been sewed up so far is the number 1 seed, which is Gulfport. Gulfport's sitting 6-0 in the region right now. They're going to be hosting Biloxi tomorrow in a big football game that could shake things up if somehow Gulfport were to lose. Gulfport and Biloxi in that game. Other teams that clinched a playoff berth are Ocean Springs and D'Iberville. They're both sitting there with a record of 4-2. And what happens, or actually, I think it may be 5-1. What happens if one of those 2 teams lose and Biloxi wins, they will be the number 4 team. But as of right now, things are looking Gulfport 1, D'Iberville 2, Ocean Springs 3, and Biloxi at the 4 seed. But like I said, if some teams slipped up, things could change big time there as the playoffs right around the corner. We're going to be one thing we know for sure: the Petal Panthers will be hosting a playoff game next Friday night here at Panther Stadium. More than likely, it will be Biloxi, D'Iberville, or Ocean Springs. Any of those 3 teams could be coming here. You know, looking at it, you like to see, one of those teams come in and probably be the weaker one, because Biloxi's got a really good team. Biloxi's got 3 losses on the season. All 3 of the losses, get this, are in overtime to number 1 Picayune. They've lost also to Gulfport in overtime. And, they've lost to D'Iberville and Ocean Springs. So anything can happen there. And those of y'all out there listening, I'm sure Corey Tater is listening. He's with his wife and his kid at Disney World. We're going to send Corey a hello out there, enjoying his vacation. As second half, about a minute underway, or a minute before it gets underway, is they're making some honors here at midfield, the Petal Junior ROTC unit. It's a first-year program here at Petal High School. Principal Steve Simmons and Assistant Principal Eric Bonet are going over some stuff there with the young cadets. But things in the second half you're going to look for, more than likely you're going to look for the game clock to be running pretty fast. More than likely you're going to see the penalties kind of be put up. Mark, hopefully if we get one more touchdown, maybe that official may kind of a little running clock. I know we don't have the rule in Mississippi unless both coaches agree, but in some states if you get up 35 in the second half, basketball, I think it's 20 that they run the clock.
Little mercy rule, maybe both coaches same way the last home game for the Panthers of regular season. They'll have a home game next Friday night, obviously, in the playoffs. But Terry, a little away from home and down 28-0. If that scoreboard gets worse, I'm sure they won't have any objection to it as well. So.
And one thing we could see, a lot of guys getting in there. You got to make sure you got your roster close by. Hopefully we'll see some clean jerseys get in there tonight and get some PT.
I've been looking all over this roster the whole night, man. All these guys new to me. The ones I knew are not playing.
That's
Markham,
true.
well, Jamarcus, but Jesse Jackson, and so I've been scanning the roster all night.
Hey, the good thing about that roster, we were talking on the sidelines, me and Jason Munns, a buddy of mine that works for the Hattiesburg American, Petal will return 8 starters on offense and 7 on defense next year. So that's pretty impressive when you're talking about 6A football. Usually you're losing at least 5 or more starters on both sides of the ball. So a lot of youth on this Petal roster and a lot of these younger guys that may be sophomores getting a chance to get some reps and some potential in the second half. Big thing we got to hope nobody gets injury, come away clean, take the victory, go out tomorrow, scout, and then get ready for next week.
All right, and we've a couple of minutes left in this halftime festivities. Let's take one more commercial break before we come back for the second half of action. Petal on top, 28-0. You're listening to Petal Panther football. Back here as halftime winds down at Petal Panther Stadium. The Panthers on top 28-0 here, getting ready to start the third quarter. Take this opportunity real quick again to thank our sponsors, the Dickey's Barbecue Pit supplying the food for the press box. And I just helped finish off some of that brisket over there during the halftime. That's why Kyle was talking by himself so long. I was feeding my face, but Dickey's Barbecue Pit. 1225 Highway 42 in Petal. Phone number is 601-602-3476. So any way they can help you, they'll be glad to do it. Go talk to those fine folks at Dickey's Barbecue, and they'll take care of you when it comes to feeding the crowd or just feeding yourself. And we'll hit these other sponsors throughout this second half. We're getting ready to start the second half of action now. Terry will kick off to start the second half. They won the toss and elected to receive. And now the Panthers will be moving right to left on your radio dial. And if you're watching on the computer monitor, you'll see that. Kicking it off, onside kick played nicely by the Bulldogs. Did they recover it? It's still loose around the 46.
I think they got it.
Element of surprise right there, executed nicely by Tristan Anderson. And the Bulldogs come out and have it on offense at the Panther 46, 1st and 10. That won't make Coach Boyles happy.
Well, they might have watched a lot of that Brandon film this year because we lost 3 in a row to Brandon.
Oh, that was a game, too.
Wow.
I didn't have your hair pulling your hair out, did it?
What little I got. What little I got.
Yeah, I was listening to that one or getting updates on it throughout the night, and it just that clock wouldn't tick fast enough. Johnson in at quarterback out of the shotgun. He'll get the play signal from the sideline again. Blackman, the running back with him. 2 receivers either side. Blackman around the right end. He cuts it upfield and is going to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Nice play right there. Turning it upfield and blowing the play up was big Hayden Lott. And then the linebackers finishing it off. No gain on the play for Blackman.
Yeah, Slade Buckley in on that tackle too, coming down the line of scrimmage and making sure he didn't get any plus yardage that time.
That's 17 yards through the air and 55 yards on the ground for the Bulldogs in the first half. 72 total yards. Johnson to throw, rolling right. Intercepted at the 40. Got a couple of guys to beat to the 40 of Terry and pushed out of bounds. Jamarcus broke on that pass. He looked like the receiver.
He did. Man, he's smooth with his. He catches the ball just like you're supposed to. You know, just with your hands. And of course, I know I sound like a broken record, Mark, but we've talked about it all year long. Todd has taught him how to do that, and good job. He read it, he saw it coming, and cut right in front of the receiver, and off to the races he was.
A return of 33 yards from the Panther 40 down to the Bulldog 27-yard line. Panthers have it 1st and 10, leading by 4 touchdowns, 28-0, early third quarter. Smith in again at quarterback, waits to his right. Smith pump fakes, looks for the
he's got him
big
wide
play,
open.
wide open at the 3. Touchdown, Jesse Jackson. beautiful pump fake. They bid on it, wide open. Quick strike from 27 yards out. Panthers on the board. 11:06 left in the third.
Actually, Mark, he had two receivers wide open on that side of the field, and so he had his choice which one to go to. Kyle, I think it was Kyle Reynolds, was wide open in the right corner of the end zone. So good job by the offense.
127 yards through the air. That's the third catch of the night for Jackson. 54 yards and that one touchdown. On to attempt the point after. Got a new kicker in now. Get him a little action. Zach Kaiser, the junior, 5'6" and 130. Placement is good and the kick is good.
Yeah.
11:06 left in the third quarter. Panthers 35, Bulldogs 0. You're listening to Petal Panther Football. Back at Panther Stadium, wasting no time after the interception, Kyle Williams hits Jesse Jackson from 27 yards out. And the point after by Zach Kaiser gives the Panthers a 35-0 lead. Tristan Reynolds on to kick it away for the Panthers on the kickoff.
You know, Mark, it's one thing when you go back to pass in the pocket and you got somebody wide open. Yeah. It's one thing, you know, sometimes it's hard to hit that wide open receiver, but, he put it right on the money.
Reynolds' kick will be fielded at the 1 yard line across the 5, 10. Blackman brings it out across the 20, hit at the 23, and forced out of bounds near the 24-yard line. And on that stop was Taylor Wilson. Now spotted at the 24 where the Bulldogs will be in action 1st and 10.
Called Taylor Wilson's name quite a few times tonight. Great coverage on defense and then good coverage on the kickoff that time.
Through those stats real quickly, said Terry had 55 total yards at halftime. The Panthers had 169, 100 through the air, 69 on the ground, but very efficient 169 yards,
no
4
doubt
touchdowns
about it.
worth. The big one was that 40-yard touchdown punt return for a touchdown in that first half by Trevor Williams. The 9th grade quarterback steps back onto the field. Jordan Johnson, he'll be in the shotgun with twin receivers on either side. Gives straight ahead. No, he keeps it on the zone read. He's across the 25, hit near the 28, drives the pile out near the 30. So a gain of about 6. Good hard run by the young man.
Yep, Forrest Harvey's got to be disappointed there, Mark. He shot the gap. Nobody picked him up and got there just as the ball was handed off and just missed the tackle, actually. Would have had him for a loss of about 4 or 5.
Well, give the 9th grader credit right there. He read that because that was that zone read, and he pulled it out because it was going to be a big loss on the play. So 2nd and 4 as Johnson gains the 30-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. Panthers have 7 guys within the line of scrimmage right there. Really 9 coming the blitz up the middle. Give around the left end. Pops the would-be tackle to the 40 midfield. One guy to beat, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 40-yard line, and that was Robert Johnson, the 4th.
Not the 3rd.
That's right, the 4th. Gained about 32 on the play. A big hitter right there, and only the 4th first down of the night for the Bulldogs.
Well, you had like 9 men up there on the line of scrimmage, and so you roll the dice when you do that sometimes, and that's what happened that time. He was able to squeak through, and not a whole lot of red shirts back there once he got through.
Broke a couple of tackles at the line of scrimmage, and 32 yards later, it's 1st and 10 from the Panther 38. Give straight ahead, short gain on the play. I believe that may have been Johnson again. No, Blackman was back in. Johnson had to go catch his breath.
Yeah, that's right.
Long run. Gain of 2 for Blackman. He has 61 yards on the night on 10 carries. 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs from the Petal 36-yard line. The opening drive kept alive by a penalty on Petal was the only scoring opportunity that Terry had. They missed the field goal. This is the deepest penetration since then. Blackman inside the 35 down to the 32, a gain of 4. So that'll bring up 3rd down and about 4. Ball spotted just inside the 32. The Bulldogs have to reach the Panther 28 to earn the first down.
And down 28-0, you know, you might as well go ahead and say it. It's going to be 4-down territory when you get on this side of the 50 for Terry tonight.
Yeah. They'll break the huddle under center. First time Johnson's been under center. Play action. Rolling under heavy pressure, coming near sideline, throwing it. Nope. Drilled out of bounds back near the 36. I don't know. They may put that play back in the playbook and not call that one again.
I'm telling you.
Loss of 4 on the play.
I couldn't get. Was that Chris Knight that hit him?
I think
knocked
it was,
him out of bounds. Yeah.
There was about 5 red shirts chasing him. Loss of 5 back to the 37. So technically, I guess would go down as a sack.
Yes.
So 4th and 8 from the 37. 4th and 9 rather. So big play here. Panthers trying to hold that shutout. Keep the goose egg on the scoreboard.
Not sure, they might not just kind of pooch punt it here. I'm not. Or they may try to throw it downfield.
Johnson out of the shotgun.
No,
he is
he's
going to look throw. Just a quick out route, batted away, nicely played. Oh, the late flag comes in, may have interference. Looks like that right arm did play a little bit there. Contact by Taylor Wilson.
Actually, both of them were kind of him-hauling back and forth with their hands, so just a matter of if they were going to call offense or defense, but that's going to be on us.
Yep, it was a 35-0 call right there at Zone Petal.
That's right.
Close game. That flag may not even come out.
You're right, Mark. That's right.
So the penalty stepped off, a big 15-yarder. Petal only has, that's their 4th penalty of the night. 2 of them have been the big ones, though. 40 yards in penalty yardage. Fresh set of downs, though. That's the more telling stat.
Yeah, that's true.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the Panther 22. Deepest penetration since the opening drive. 2 receivers either side. Blackman is the back. Johnson gets the play signal from the sideline. 7:44 left in the 3rd quarter. Terry down 35-0. Zone read, ball is loose, falling on it back at the 32-yard line is Johnson at zone read, and either Blackman didn't hold on to it, or Johnson was late pulling the ball out, and it just popped out back to the 32, but Terry does maintain possession.
Well, you know, again, he is a 9th grader, and he's going to make some mistakes, and that time he did, and so on the read option, you can't make a mistake there when you got that heavy of pressure, and that's what happened.
Loss of 10 on the play. Ball back near the 32, 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Actually, 2nd and
20. Let's go 20.
Yeah.
Loss of 10 and a 2nd 10.
You had it right.
Hey, I only teach math. No, I had the loss right. I didn't have the yardage right. Now, I didn't need to take my shoes off, I guess. Screen being set up complete to Blackman. And his knee did not go down as he gets inside the 30 back to the 28. And do not see the flag, though, but a short gain.
Again, down 35-0. They probably just said he wasn't going anywhere anyway.
A little extracurricular there is the helmet of that Blackman's helmet that came off.
It was.
Nicely played, though. The line of scrimmage was 32, and they only get to near the 30-yard line. A gain of 2 on a screen play. No, now they've spotted down to the 27. I thought he had more than that.
I did 5. Too, yeah.
Only the 5th completion of the night. Gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 15. Again, 4-down territory. As you said earlier, I'm sure it will be. But 3rd and long, which has not been a good recipe for the Bulldogs tonight. Panthers have shown blitz a number of times. I would be shocked if they didn't come after him again.
Yeah. And a
quick throw, though, across the middle, intercepted. Pitts. That's not Pitts. That's number 11 for the Panthers.
Slade Buckley.
Slade Buckley
Good
with
job.
the interception. The senior with a big interception on this night. Returned out to the 42. The play call was designed to go against the blitz, but the linebacker didn't blitz, and he threw it right to him.
Freshman mistake. You put pressure on, and that's what you were talking about, Mark. They were going to continue to bring the pressure because when you've got a young kid back there, and I classify him as a kid, being a 9th grader, he's going to make mistakes like that with that kind of heavy pressure. But good job by Slade holding on to the football.
They went up high to get it.
Yep.
Returned it to the 42 of Petal. They'll have it 1st and 10. Millage, the running back. He stays in the block. Throwing it. Completing it to Jamarcus near the 40. Oh, they say it hit the turf at the 49. A low throw. Jamarcus went down to get it, but couldn't quite get his hands underneath the pass.
Yeah, I couldn't tell from here. Jamarcus was right there at the middle of the field, where in the black area of the Panther, and I couldn't tell if it hit it appeared that it hit the turf, and it did.
So they'll move it back to the line of scrimmage of the 42, 2nd and 10 Panthers. So Smith had a nice night, 9 out of 13 now for 127 yards, and had an open receiver then, but just a little bit undershooting him. 5:43 as the clock has stopped here in the third quarter on the incomplete pass. Panthers up 35-0. Millage is the running back, 3 receivers near sideline. Millage off right tackle, cuts back to the 45, midfield, lowers his head, gets inside the 45, inside the 40, down to the 38, close to the 37 of the Bulldogs.
He's a straight-up runner, but boy, I tell you, I still wouldn't want to try to tackle him.
Gets those legs a churning, gain of 20. Another first down here for the Panthers, and they'll have it at the 38-yard line of Terry, 1st and 10.
Yeah, listed at 5'11", 218, but he's easily over
solid.
220. I guarantee
solid.
you.
Big old legs. His legs are
I know.
one of his big as 2 of mine. Back to throw. Smith. Wide open. Oh, Jamarcus turned to run upfield. It was right in his hands, and he had some room to run, too. Just slapped himself in the head.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He slapped his helmet saying, oh, my gosh, I took my eyes off of it, wanting to get upfield first.
See that a lot of times, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
So open, and you know you got room to run, and forgetting one minor detail. You got to catch the football.
Catch the ball first.
2nd and 10 from the 38. Panthers trying to add to this 5-touchdown lead. Millage, counter play, back inside the 35, near the 33-yard line, close to the 32. Good read. We've got a injured Panther here on the field, one of the offensive linemen. Gain of 6 on the play, but we've got a stoppage of play as the training staff comes out for the Panthers. And speaking of that training staff, Southern Bone and Joint Specialists are proud to be the sports medicine physicians for the Petal Panthers.
Can't see the number, but I'm thinking it's
play came off the right side, so you'd think right tackle, right guard.
Tyrone, I don't know. If it's Tion or Tyon McCray, I believe, I'm not sure if it's 68, which is usually the right tackle. He's not moving a whole lot. I'm wondering if he might have lost his breath, got hit the ground, and.
Well, they're looking at his
are
lower extremities, like maybe a rolled up ankle or something like that, and they're going to help him up. Takes all 3 of them to get him up. Big number 71.
I'm sorry.
Brandon Fernandez. He's jogging off. I bet he just tweaked that ankle a little bit.
Yeah, you hit it right on exactly what he did.
So he's hobbling off under his own power. Sophomore. He's a big young'un.
Yes,
6'1", 269.
I'm telling you.
Well, must eat some cornbread when he's growing up. My goodness. I weigh about that much, or used to weigh that much. I ate a lot, but I'm a little bit taller than 6'1". He's a big old young'un.
Yeah.
But he's good to see him get up under his own power and get off the field. And again, it just looks like his right ankle they're looking at. So doesn't look real serious his way he ran off. So maybe he's going to be good to go. 3rd and 4. Smith back to throw. Screen left side. Millage inside the 30. Pops it outside. 25, 20. Lowers his head inside the 15 down near the 13.
That's a bowling ball, son. Oh, my goodness.
20 yards on the carry after the catch, and that's a tough 20 yards. How would you like to be the last guy and you see him bowling over at you?
I tell you what. They were bouncing off of him, man. It was unbelievable.
First catch of the night for Millage. But, boy, he ran north and south once he caught it. 1st and 10 Panthers from the 13-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Smith has Millage in there. Millage will have it, runs a counter again inside the 10, down near the 6, gain of 7. Boy, that offensive line is having their way with that defensive front.
They
right
really
now.
are. And that time, Omarius Bryant tried to tackle him up high. And, Mark, you know as I do, you're not going to bring him down much up to tackle him up high like that.
So a 2nd and short now for the Panthers. 2nd and a little over 3. Got to get just inside the 3-yard line for the first down. The ball spotted right at the 6. Millage will move to the right of Smith. Jackson, the lone receiver, near side. Millage ahead again. He's going to run over and get his way into the end zone. He was hit at the 2, and the first thing to hit the ground was the back of the would-be tackler. 6-yard touchdown run. Mr. Millage, James Millage on that drive, imposed his will on a few folks.
He sure did. Wow. I said that. Number 83, Shetez Roby, I believe. Man, I tell you, wow, he got hit pretty good.
They're going to feel those bumps and bruises on into next week, I think. This Thursday night game hadn't been kind to the Bulldogs. The point after by Kaiser is good. 3:09 left in the third quarter. Panthers 42, Bulldogs 0. You're listening to Petal Panther football. Back at Panther Stadium in Petal, Mississippi, here on the campus of Petal High School. 3:09 left in the third quarter. Mark Easley alongside Tommy Hudson. Panthers 42, Bulldogs 0. A couple of touchdowns here in the third quarter have added to that 28-0 halftime lead, and it's been a good senior night here for the Panthers.
No doubt about it. Just we've been real sharp all night long, something that we talked about before the broadcast.
Reynolds' kick is fielded at the goal line, brought back across the 10, 15, 20, pops it to the far side, but dragged down near the 23. Nice tackle right there in the open field by number 20, John Wyndham.
Yeah.
He doesn't make that tackle. There's a little bit of green.
That's what I was thinking, Mark.
A little bit of green.
Yes.
42-0. Panthers having their way with the Bulldogs tonight. So you would say they've been hitting on most of their cylinders, and that's what you want to see as you get ready for the playoffs next week.
That's right. That's right, man. You know, this type game we talked about, before they kicked off, it's hard sometimes when you got the seed wrapped up, number 1 seed, but I tell you, I've got to be impressed as how we've played tonight.
And you said it, Tommy, that Coach Boyles will have them ready to play. He gets them focused, and,
he does.
And they have been tonight. Give straight ahead, Blackman. He'll dip and dodge one guy just to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard out to the 24. You got to like the fire that those Panthers are playing with.
Man,
too.
I'm telling you, you wouldn't think they were up 42-0. They're playing hard.
Still running to the football like you like to see you guys do, and that's a sign of a well-coached, a disciplined team that no matter what the score is, you still play the way you've been playing, hard and fast. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 from the 24. Blackman will shift to the right of Johnson. Blackman straight ahead again. He's going to be swarmed under. He'll push the pile maybe another yard just beyond the 25. Bring up another 3rd and long. And again, that's not the type of down and distance you want to have against this quick defense.
Well, Mark, checking in at cornerback is number 26, and I think that's Treyas Morris. I'm not sure, getting some playing time. Mm-hmm. And then I believe number 82, Justin Mack, checked in also. Looks like at defensive end or linebacker. I can't see now where he's at, but Petal beginning to substitute now, getting some players some playing time.
3rd and near 7, delayed handoff to Blackman, and he's going to be swarmed under at the 28-yard line. Gain of 2, punting situation for the Bulldogs as clock rolls near a minute and a half left in the third quarter. That was one of those plays, hey, let's keep the clock running. We're down 42-0. Let's don't make a mistake here. Let's punt it away and see if we can burn a little more time off the clock.
Even with the substitutions, Petal's defense still doing a good job.
Line of scrimmage is the 28. Checking back is Mr. Trevor Williams. See if they punt away from him again. Now, he'll have a chance, fair catch signal, though. He'll have a chance to return it if he didn't do that. 45 is where the fair catch is made of Petal. So that's about a 27-yard punt, no return. A good hang time, which was a good decision, a good, well-executed punt because we've seen what Williams can do with it when he has a chance to run it back.
Yeah, I'm just so glad that he got a chance to return one here last regular season home game.
That'll go with him in his memory. He'll be telling his grandkids it was a 95-yard run that he broke 15 tackles on.
That's right.
First and 10 Panthers from their own 45. Williams in at quarterback still. Millage is the running back. Millage off the right side, pops it outside, breaks that arm tackle, gets down inside the 45, near the 42, close to the 41 of Terry. You're not going to arm tackle that young man.
They're going to learn that the hard way here before the night's over with.
I think they're just hoping to get him with an arm tackle where he won't run over them.
That's right.
Because he has made a few of them pay tonight. Gain of 13 on the play to the 42. Millage having a nice night, 10 carries for 73 yards.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
And 52 of those here in the second half.
Yep.
First and 10 Panthers as the third quarter is winding near a close. Don't have to run another play if we don't want to. I think Coach Boyles is calling the offense off to the side, and that'll be the last play of the third quarter. Panthers on top, 42-0. You're listening to Petal Panther football. You can run two right here, Barbara.
How many?
Two of them.
Thomas Walters is our academic achievement Panther for this week's game. Thomas is the son of Michael and Sharon Walters, who is a sixth grade student at Petal Elementary. His favorite thing about school is learning new things and going to computer class. Congratulations, Thomas Walters. Look on the Sassy Girl ad on page 99 in your 2012 football program this evening. Won a free pair of Petal earrings. The winning program has a special mark in the bottom right corner. That's the Sassy Girl ad on page 99. Report to the PA booth in the press conference and claim your prize.
Back at Panther Stadium, getting ready to start the fourth quarter. Mark Easley alongside Tommy Hudson. 42-0 Panthers enjoying this senior night. First and 10 from the 42 of Terry, lowering his head. I believe that might have been Wyndham in there.
It is Wyndham.
He looked a little smaller than Millage.
Yeah, you can tell the difference, can't you?
Didn't move the pile quite as much, but a very effective run, though. Good blocking up front, gets to the 39-yard line, a gain of 3. Second and 7 Panthers.
I see some fresh jerseys on Terry's defense, too, so I'm sure the coaches want to get some of his players hadn't played much this year.
Smith gets the play signal from the sideline, facing a second and 7 from the 39 of Terry. Millage. No, that's Wyndham again, near side. Lowers that shoulder, gets down near the 37. Gain of a couple will bring up 3rd and 5. Now, when Wyndham was running toward me, he looked bigger.
Yeah, he did.
Tell you what, objects in my vision are getting bigger, I guess. That's what it should do, I guess. Just a person running towards you should look bigger than running away from you.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know what Newton's law that might be, but it sounds like a good one. I may come up with a fourth one.
That's right. Okay.
3rd and 5 from the 37 of Terry.
Got a fresh new offensive line in there, too, this series, Mark.
Those backups are still huge. Wyndham off left tackle tries to pop it outside, and he's going to be knocked down for no gain. Strung out nicely by the Bulldog defense.
Late flag. Somebody said something.
I reckon who it was.
Or is he saying chop?
May have been a chop block, but I didn't see a.
I didn't either.
It was strung out so well. It wasn't a lot of white shirts going down on the ground.
It looked more to me like a personal foul. Somebody said.
See what the white hat says. Personal foul.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you called it. One of the Terry Bulldogs said the magic words.
Yeah, that's right.
You finally get them in a 4th down, get Petal in a 4th and 5, and then you're going to get
make a mistake.
Personal foul, 15-yard penalty. And that's just frustration all the way around.
And you said it earlier, that'll drive a coach crazy right there, down 42-0, and do something positive, and then that happened.
So the first down is earned by way of that 15-yard penalty. Panthers have a fresh set of downs at their just beyond the 22 of Terry. 10-20 to play in the ball game. Panthers up 42-0. Wyndham lines up to the right of Smith. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the left. Wyndham straight ahead. Cuts it inside the 20.
Still going.
Still rolling those legs down inside the 15 near the 13. Going to be about a yard short of the first down, but a good hard run there by Mr. Wyndham.
I thought he was down after about 2 or 3 yards, and I think you did too, Mark. And then I look up, and he's still running.
I think you heard me say he doesn't move the pile like Millage does, and he took offense to it.
Yeah, that's right.
Checking in for Wyndham is Dylan Morris. He's a big-looking youngster in the backfield now with Smith. Second and less than 1, about a foot.
10th grader.
Morris straight ahead inside the 10. He's going to be knocked back at the 8, but that will be a 1st and goal for the Panthers.
Dylan Morris on the carry for Petal.
Gain of about 5. So that's another young man getting some time there. Sophomore, 5'8", 201.
Yard line. First down, Panthers.
Yep, I got Hunter Breland. It's checked in at tight end, number 85.
Getting these young guys some valuable time. A lot of time left in this quarter, 9 minutes, so they'll have an opportunity to get some good minutes here. Pay dividends down the road. Morris bulls his way down there to the 6 and finally pushed back all the way back outside the 10. Helmets are flying again.
I know it.
They'll give him the 5-yard line, I think. No, they're going to mark it the 6. Gain of about 2. So 2nd and goal from the 6.
See, number 19, let's see. Jackson Dyer checks in at, let's see. Can't see what position he's playing, but anyway, Jackson Dyer gets a chance to get a little playing time tonight.
We've got a new receiver on the near sideline, Barry Gibson, sophomore.
Tight end, I'm sorry.
2nd goal from the 6-yard line. Smith gives straight ahead to Wyndham. He might have the 5. Gain of 1, 3rd and goal. Keeping it very simple here.
Yeah.
Coach Boyles is. Not really wanting to add on to this 42-0 lead, but you can't just take a knee with 9 minutes left in the game. Just running straight dive plays here. 3rd and goal from the 5.
And these kids that are in for some of them maybe the first time, they're going to play hard. I mean, they're not going to.
That's what you want them to do. You don't want them to just roll over.
Oh, no.
They want to make the most of their opportunity, and facing a 3rd and goal now from the 5. Smith gives to Wyndham straight ahead. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that is all. Now a 4th and goal from the 5. And Mr. Kaiser looks like he's going to have an opportunity for a field goal attempt.
I'm glad to see that, too. Good to see Coach give the other kicker a chance to kick a little bit here for the last regular season home game.
He's a perfect 2 for 2 on his extra points. Now he's going to have a 22-yard field goal attempt right in the middle of the field. Zach Kaiser, out of the hold of Trey Tisdale, gets the kick up, and he eases it inside the left upright. Looked like it's going to pull left. It just stayed right inside there. 7:09 left in the ball game as the clock continues to roll. 45-0 Petal. We'll just keep it right here during this break in the action, but a good kick, had great distance on it, and just enough accuracy. With 7:05 left in the ball game.
Well, very encouraging, Mark, to see that many substitutions, that many new jerseys in there, and take the ball downfield and get some points out of it. That's very encouraging for the future of Petal High football right there, no doubt about it.
So, Panthers 45-0, and would say it's the way you script it, but you never can really script a game, but it's played out nicely. The Panthers have enjoyed this senior night, their last regular season home game. Again, next Friday night, they will host the opening round of the playoffs with a 7 o'clock kickoff right here in Panther Stadium. And I know you that weren't able to make it out tonight, listening by radio or watching on the internet, it's always good to be here in person, but if you can't be here, of course, tune in and catch all the action next week as our world traveler, Corey Tater, will be back with you, Tommy.
That's right.
He's down visiting with Mickey Mouse.
That's right.
Which I can't blame him for that.
Nope.
Taking his family down there. You're having a little quality R&R. Reynolds tees it up at the 40. Booms another kick. Going to be fielded at the 2-yard line. Straight ahead across the 5, 10. Cuts it back near side. Going to be hit. Breaks a tackle at the 12. Reverses field again to the 15. Ran about 50 yards and returned at about 18.
That's what I thought you did. I was thinking the same thing.
Well, he was changing directions left and right and got it back out to the 18, so returned it at 16 yards.
Got a Panther down in there, but I can't see the number.
On the far side, outside the hash marks, trying to get up on his own, and that looks like one where you mentioned earlier maybe got his breath knocked out of him.
Jonah Myers, or 15.
Jonah Myers, yeah, that's number 15. but he's walking up off the field rather under his own power. So shaking that arm a little bit. Guy might have landed on his arm.
Yeah.
Dead armed him.
Yeah.
Bulldogs come out at their own 19-yard line now, 1st and 10. 6:49 left in the ball game. And I'd be surprised if they throw very much here.
Yeah, me too.
Probably let the clock run. The Panthers on that drive ran it every play. Nope. That shows you how much I know. Pass complete out in the flat after a gain of about 4 yards to the 23.
Good thing is he stayed in bounds.
Well, whether he did or not, that official knew to wind that arm.
I agree.
So a gain of 4 brings up 2nd and 6. Not sure who that receiver was. He got knocked out of bounds there. I think it was Justin Jackson, number 85.
It was 85.
So 2nd and 6. High snap. Johnson can't find the football. It went over his head, bounced, and I believe the Panthers may have gotten on it.
They're saying they have it.
Unfortunate break for the Bulldogs as the Panthers do recover the bad snap at the 17. So great field position for the Panthers.
You got to feel for the quarterback, even though he's a freshman. You got to feel for when he gets a snap like that. We touched on that with Kyle a while ago when Kyle had the high snap. He was able to somehow or other get that thing down and get the ball off without a turnover. So I've been very pleased with Kyle Smith stepping in and filling in for Larson.
Now we got the young 9th grader just moved up this week, Samuel Hopper, in at quarterback. So this would be some very quality minutes for this young man. Wonder if he had any envisions of playing tonight. What do you think?
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Let's see after this first snap how nervous he is. Hey, just give it straight ahead. That's all you got to do, and he'll plow inside the 15. Still moving his feet is Morris down near the 12, flag on the near sideline.
Boy, that is somebody left early.
Either that or might have had they didn't blow it dead, so I just wonder if Petal might have had an illegal formation. Not enough men on the line of scrimmage. Didn't really see the movement. It's both, the indication is the same thing, illegal procedure, even if it's an illegal formation or movement.
And I think you're right.
That will go against Petal, 5 yards worth of penalties.
Yeah, new cadence, new quarterback, so that happens too sometimes. And kids that hadn't played a whole lot, maybe not up on the line of scrimmage or off the line of scrimmage like they're supposed to be. That's just
learning process.
Learning process, that's right.
22-yard line where the line of scrimmage will be now. 5:15 to play in the ball game.
Now, how'd you get that number on that kid?
Hey, Miss Georgia.
She
wrote it in here. She even spelled it instead of.
There you go.
She printed it instead of handwritten because I can't read. Hey, I got one on you tonight, huh?
You did.
Give straight ahead to Morris. He'll get inside the 20 near the 19.
Tell you, we couldn't make it without Miss Georgia. Now,
she does
you
a
asked
good job,
Coach Balls about Miss Georgia. She that's his right hand, not right hand man.
Yeah,
right hand lady.
But she does a lot for the athletic program here. I know that. I've talked with her a number of times on the phone. But again, her son played tennis for me for 2 years.
That's
right.
Been
knowing Miss
I'm
Georgia
sorry,
for a while.
I forgot about that.
Morris again with the handoff up the middle. He'll get down near the 15, then pushed back to the 17. Gain of 4 on the play, bring up 3rd and 8.
Well, 4:22. It's just keep that clock running, Mark.
That's right. Well, one reason she wrote that here, she knew I needed all the help I could get.
Okay. I tell you what,
it's been fun doing the game with you tonight. I normally catch the end of the game as I'm doing the Northeast games there at Northeast Jones. So I normally catch the end of you and Corey's broadcast, but I always enjoy listening to the broadcast with you guys.
Thanks.
Morris counter play inside the 20 down near the 16-yard line. Going to be short of the first down by about 4 yards. Gain of 4 on the play brings up 4th and 4. Clock continues to roll. 3:40 in the ball game. 4th and 4. Panthers have it at the Bulldog 11. Got to get to the 7-yard line. It'll probably be another give right up the middle here. Coach Boyles has been in this situation a number of times. He knows how to handle the case and not run the score up.
Exactly.
Still got to make the play if you're a Terry Bulldog. And a stoppage of play as the play clock's at 7, so it's not a delay of game. And I still don't. Somebody took a timeout. Maybe Terry, as their water folks are coming on the field.
Yes.
Let's take a timeout with them. 3:19 left in the ball game. Petal 45, Terry 0. You're listening to Petal Panther football.
And fans, look on the Red Lobster ad on page 28 in your 2012 football program to see if you've won a free gift certificate. The winning program has a special mark in the bottom right corner. It's the Red Lobster ad on page 28. Report to the PA booth with the press box. And claim your prize.
Coming out of the timeout here at Panther Stadium, the Panthers face a 4th and 4 from the 11 of Terry. Hopper in at quarterback, the 9th grader. Morris will take the handoff. No, Hopper keeps it. He may get inside the 10, gets the first down, and he does inside the 5. What a read by the little 9th grader.
Good gracious.
I think everybody in the stadium thought Morris was going to get that handoff.
Yeah.
I did.
I did too.
Gain of near 6 on the play to the 5. Nice job. Good read.
Yeah, he did. Read it perfectly.
1st and goal now for the Panthers. Clock under 3 minutes here in the 4th quarter. Morris lines up to the right of Hopper. This time, nope, Hopper keeps it again. Hit at the 2. Driven back. Stays on his feet, though. They didn't bring him down. They may mark it to the 1. Wow.
Yep, I see it. He's got him spotted at the 1.
Gain of 4. It worked so well the first time. Hopper said, I'll do it again.
Colin Loper just checked in the ball game. Number 41, wide receiver, a 10th grader. A lot of 10th graders tonight getting some action.
And that will definitely pay dividends down the road.
Yes.
You only have 17 seniors.
That's right.
It's gonna pay off, if not the rest of this season, next year for sure. Out of the shotgun, Hopper gives to Morris. Morris pulls his way in from 1 yard out. A nice authoritative run. Drive kept alive on the 4th down run by Hopper, and then Morris finishes it off with 2:02 left in the ball game with a 1 yard touchdown run.
I mean, good job by that 2nd and 3rd team offensive line, and just a lot of and another thing, Mark, you got to be impressed with youngsters. At 2 different kids at quarterback is the snap, not thumbing the snaps, just little things like that you didn't see.
The placement of the snap is down, and Kaiser is true with the extra point. Minute 54 left. Petal 52, Terry 0. You're listening to Petal Panther football. Back at Panther Stadium, a minute 54 showing on the 4th quarter clock. Petal 52, Terry 0. Tristan Reynolds tees it up at the 40. He'll approach it. A high end-over-end kick. Fielded at the 3 yard line. Brought out across the 10, 15, 20. Hit at the 22, falls forward near the 23 yard line. Moore on the carry. Jarius Moore been playing quarterback most of the season for Terry, but on the defensive side of the ball tonight and returning that kickoff out to the 24, they'll spot it. So Bulldogs have it 1st and 10 at their own 24 with a minute 43 left to play.
Good job by number 12, Cole Deckard, a linebacker in there on the special teams on the kickoff team, getting to make an ankle tackle there in his first appearance tonight.
After the bad shotgun snap, Johnson under center. He'll give to Blackman, pops it outside. And he's going to be forced out of bounds near the 30. See where they say he stepped out. At the 29, so a gain of 5, and they'll keep the clock rolling right there. Blackman has 15 carries and 74 yards. Minute and a half to play. I thought they was winding the clock, but they stopped it up here. We got a call. Switchman went bad over here. Up 52-0. That clock can never stop. Hey, those anxious guys, they got a little bit of a head start. Give the offensive line credit. They never moved, though.
No, they didn't.
They took the shot and didn't go down. Offsides against Petal.
And the linebacker now, number 34, Tyler Hancock. Got a little bit anxious there, ready to get in there and get him a sack.
And that was a 5-yard penalty, which gives Terry their 6th first down of the night, and 3 of those have been by penalty. Wow, pretty impressive defensive performance by the Panthers. Johnson under center again. He'll give to Blackman. Cuts it right off the right tackle. He'll get out to the 37, maybe the 38 before he's pushed back. And 3 more fresh jerseys coming in with bodies in them, but three more fresh players coming in.
Got Sean Bourne and, well, I don't have 55.
Let's see if Miss Georgia wrote that on my list. Oh, DeMarcus Evans.
Listen to this.
But it wasn't handwritten. It was just on the roster.
Let's see.
2nd and 7, gain of 3.
Well, this is an old roster.
There you go.
I'm sorry. You
So
got
she gave me an updated one. High snap, pulled down, drilled back at the 30-yard line. A high snap pulled down by Johnson. But, man,
Sean Bourne,
shot.
Another 10th grader defensive end. Wow.
They'll give forward progress back to the 33-yard line.
Man, it's good to see those kids get in there and make plays like that, you know.
That was a big-time hit, too. A loss of 4 on the play. 10 carries, really 10 sacks for a loss of 26 yards on Mr. Johnson. He's had a rough night
yes,
of it.
Yes, he has.
As you said earlier, feel for the freshman quarterback, but this will be a learning experience.
It will.
A growing growth in progress there for him as developing as a quarterback.
You know, I'm going to brag on my team. I mean, he's not going to see, over the next 3 years, many good football teams like you've seen here tonight.
It should be the last, until Petal jumps offside, it should be the last play of the game. If they wind the clock, it may be anyway. 5 seconds, 2 seconds. Well, they finally stopped it at 2 seconds. But if they wind it, they will not get another playoff. I don't know if they can snap it within 2 seconds to get their offense set. Panthers have had a great night tonight on senior night here at Panther Stadium. Up 52-0, and zeros are all showing on the clock. And congratulations to Coach Boyles and his team. And with a big 52-0 win here on senior night, let's take a 2-minute commercial break. We'll be back and recap the game and talk a little bit about next week. You're listening to Petal Panther Football on WGDQ 93.1.
Kickoff is 7 p.m. Need Petal School District website for ticket information. The Mississippi State Highway Patrol reminds you to buckle up your seatbelt on your way home this evening. Seatbelts are your best protection against serious injury. Once again, thanks for coming and drive home safely.
Back on the campus of Petal High School here in Panther Stadium, the senior night, final home game of the Petal Panther season, a success as Petal defeats Terry 52-0. With the loss, Terry ends their season rather at 3-8, 0-7 in region play. And what you alluded to at the start of the game, Tommy, an opportunity to win their 10th game, and that's what the Panthers did. They finished the regular season at 10-1, 7-0 in region play. And I would say a pretty good tune-up for the playoffs next Friday night. But looking at the stats, and we'll talk about a few of those in the scoring recap in just a second, but I think Coach Boyles has to be pleased with the way his young guys played. Got a lot of guys some minutes tonight, but starting with the play of his quarterback, Kyle Smith, starting in the place of Mr. Barkham there, Larson sitting out tonight. I think he's got to be pleased with the way these guys played, the focus they had.
Yeah.
Took care of business against the team it should beat, and they played well and defeated them. Now they can turn their attention to tomorrow night's game and get ready for next Friday night.
That's right. You could tell they were focused from the first snap all the way through, and especially your seniors. You saw that these seniors were very focused tonight, wanting to win that 10th game, wanting to go. You want to go in to the playoffs feeling good about yourself.
Yeah.
And like you said, I think Coach Boyles and his staff has got to feel pretty good after tonight about going into the first playoff game, whoever it might be. They don't really care, Mark. They're ready they're ready for the next opponent. And so to come out of here with a big win like this, get a lot of people some playing time, you can't feel any other way but be encouraged about and be ready for next week, whoever the opponent might be.
And the thing is, the way the guys played, it wasn't just one person tonight.
No.
It was a number of guys that played really well defensively. Boy, hats off to the Panther defense. They held Terry to 6 first downs, and 3 of those by way of penalties. So that's just an outstanding defensive performance. Had the freshman quarterback starting for Terry. He was 6 out of 12 for only 26 yards, had 3 interceptions. Running the football, the only bright spot for them was their running back Jamal Blackman had 16 carries for 78 yards. But William Johnson, the fourth, had 2 carries for 35. But other than those really 2 big runs of 31 yards and 32, defensive Petal just played outstanding tonight.
They did. And I've bragged on Jody Hawkins all year long. There's been several times this year, Mark, that we have not played good defensively in the first half. Going into that halftime, when they've come out, Jody's made some adjustments, the defensive staff has, and they've come out and taken that and those adjustments and made it work. And I tell you what, it's a team effort. There's 2 or 3 guys that's had some big years on both sides of the ball, offense and defense, but it's more of a team effort this year. Everybody's working together, and that's what you got to do if you want to win a state championship. You got to take it game by game, but everybody's got to work as a team, and that's the kind of teams that do end up winning the state championship.
And you alluded to that. That's a sign of a mature team. Even though there's only 17 seniors here, but the coaching staff and how they handle these guys and how the guys adjust to the coaching. Very coachable guys these are, and they go out and execute what these coaches have told them to do at halftime, those halftime adjustments. A mark of a well-coached team and a solid a mental team, they can come out and do that in the second half. Yeah,
and again, like you talked about, we both talked about, you've got everything sewed up. Everything's wrapped up coming into the night. I mean, even if you lost tonight, you're okay. And I just didn't see that tonight. I saw a focused team. I saw a team that played like, hey, we got to win this ball game if we want to get in the playoffs. That's the kind of play I saw tonight, and that's encouraging.
It is. Some quick stats for Petal before we go over the scoring recap. Kyle Smith starting, the junior quarterback tonight, 10 out of 15 through the air, 147 yards, 1 touchdown. On the ground, James Millage had a good night tonight, had some good big runs, tough runs, had 10 carries for 73 yards. Bo Waits, bragged on him. He had a couple of touchdowns. Didn't have a lot of yardage, but the yardage he got was just tough, hard runs. He had 10 carries for 29 yards, but it seemed like he had more than 29 with the type of runs he was making all night. Yeah. And that's got to feel good. Your leading rusher sitting out tonight. Yeah. These guys stepping up in his shoes and playing well tonight.
Yeah, I mean, depth is what every coach dreams of. When you got that kind of depth at tailback, and then you've got a quarterback that can come in and perform like Kyle has. I mean, that's very encouraging. So I feel good, but again, it's one game at a time now, Mark. You just got to get focused on one game. You don't worry about anything else, but whoever that opponent is, take it one game at a time, and don't look at records. Don't look at who they've won or lost. to. You just play that team and play your best like you did tonight, and I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, it's a new season. As the
Yep.
playoffs roll around, the Panthers have a 9-game winning streak, but that's not going to be talked about at all
No,
now.
no.
It's 0-0.
Yep.
Everybody's the same now. It's time to play next week and survive and move on to the next
Exactly.
game. That's all you're trying to do. Let's look at the scoring recap real quickly. In the first quarter, 2:52 left in the first quarter, Bo Waits from 1 yard out. Tristan Reynolds kicked the point after, and the Panthers had a 7-0 lead. And then 50 seconds left in the first quarter, Trevor Williams took a punt at the Terry 40, made 2 moves to the outside, little jab step to the sideline, and took it the distance, a 40-yard punt return. Again, Reynolds true on the point after. Gave the Panthers a 14-0 lead, and that's where we stood after the first 12 minutes of play. 8:42 showing on the second quarter clock, a 1-yard John Wyndham run. Again, Reynolds was true with the point after, a 21-0 Panther lead at that point. Then just before halftime, 1:07 left on the clock, Bo Waits with another 1-yard run. And Tristan Reynolds, again true with the point after, gave the Panthers a 28-0 lead, which they enjoyed at halftime. In the third quarter, it didn't take long after a pass interception was returned down to the 27-yard line of Terry. Very first play, Kyle Smith threw to a wide-open Jesse Jackson for that 27-yard touchdown strike, and the point after this time by Zach Kaiser was good, and the Panthers led 35-0. 3:09 left in the third quarter. James Millage with a hard 6-yard run got most of his rushing yardage in the second half on that one drive.
Yeah.
And Kaiser again was true with the point after, 42-0 lead at that point, and that was where we stood after 3 quarters of play. At 7:05 mark of the fourth quarter, Zach Kaiser kicked a 22-yard field goal just inside the left upright, and that gave the Panthers a 45-0 lead. And then late in the game, 1:54 to be exact, a 1-yard Dylan Morris run capped off a drive that was kept alive by a couple of good runs by the 9th grade quarterback Samuel Hopper, one of those on a 4th and 4. And the point after by Kaiser was again good, and that wrapped up the scoring. Petal 52 and Terry 0. So a very good night for the Panthers. And now as they get ready to turn their attention to tomorrow night's results and figuring out who they will be playing, they can enjoy this one for 24 hours, but then get focused for next week.
Yep. But it's gotta feel good. Like I say, gotta feel good this week going into practice, getting ready for that first game about how you played tonight, and you want to go in with the positive things, and that's what happened tonight. A lot of positives. So, where are you going to be next week?
Next week, if the Tigers win, Northeast Jones, they will be playing at home, so I'll be out there.
I
So
got you.
TBA. To be announced where I'll be. We'll have to wait and see.
I got you. Well,
But,
good luck with them. And
appreciate it.
Appreciate you sitting in tonight for Corey and being with. Anytime you're not doing a broadcast, come on back up here and join us. And,
I'll taste
and
the
have
food
some
for
food
you.
with us anyway.
I appreciate the invite. Let's take one more commercial break, Barbara. We'll talk about and thank our sponsors one more time, and then we'll get out of here. You're listening to Petal Panther Football on WGDQ. Back at Panther Stadium, we're putting the wraps on this ball game. Panthers on top 52-0. Wind up the regular season 10-1, 7-0 in the region play, and getting ready for a home playoff game next Friday night at 7 o'clock. Appreciate all of you tuning in, listening to the broadcast, whether by radio or internet. And without our sponsors of the program tonight, this would not be possible. And I'd like to thank them again: A1 Graphics, Bucko's Cleaners, Coca-Cola of Hattiesburg, Corner Market, ELTM and Enbridge Company, Encore Rehabilitation, Fairley Construction, First Southern Bank, Forest County Board of Supervisors, Fox's Pizza, Grand Bank, Hattiesburg Oral Surgery, Hub City Steel, Magnolia State Bank, Moreno Eye Care, Paris Jewelers, Petal Harvey Baptist Church, Petal Tire, Southern Bone and Joint Specialists, and these guys are proud to be the sports medicine physicians for the Petal Panthers. Appreciate all they do for the athletic programs here at Petal. The State Farm Insurance of Petal with Agent Ted Cannon, and Richardson Heating and Air. And of course, thank Dickey's Barbecue Pit for supplying the food tonight for us small guys up in the press box. Any of your needs there that barbecue needs or any type of food, they can take care of it for you. Dickey's Barbecue Pit on 1225 Highway 42 in Petal. Their phone number is 601-602-3476. So again, Tommy, you know as well as anybody, without these sponsors, what we do here tonight,
right.
what we do each and every week, just wouldn't be possible.
It's good. I mean, everything you see that goes on up in here is a product of the sponsors that we have here and their support. We've got to have them every year, and we appreciate their support.
All right. Congratulations to the seniors, Coach Boyles, his staff, all the Petal Panthers, all the Panther supporters on finishing up a very successful regular season. Best of luck to them in the playoffs, and looking for great things next Friday night, and hope you'll be out here to help encourage these guys and support them. And if not, by all means, tune in to the broadcast here on WGDQ or over the internet and follow all the action that way. Again, thanks for letting me sit in tonight, and all the guys that made this possible, made us sound as good as possible. I know that's hard to do, but thank Miss Barbara back in the production studio at WGDQ. For Tommy Hudson, for Kyle Britt, for all the folks here at Petal, I'm Mark Easley. Again, the final score, Petal 52, Terry 0. Until next Friday night, you've been listening to Petal Panther Football.